Greetings, my friends. It is I, your spiritual entertainer. Nothing more, nothing less, really. Here again with you for your entertainment privilege. Talking about things that are dear to you, dear to me, life, and so on and so forth. Whatever you want to talk about, right? And I see who is here. Steve, my good friend. We had a good time last night behind 7-Eleven. Yeah, glad to have you here. You're here out of the gym sauna. The boys asked about me, did they? Did they? You told me you had a good time on our grinder date. And our good friend ELP, a fellow servant of the Imperium. Maybe we'll do Space Marines tonight. I got to be on a little bit later. It'll be probably, 6 p.m.? That's 11 UK time. I don't know if you'll be around. Bepsi menthol. Oh, my. That sounds like some type of drink that you use for your stomach, right? Pepsi menthol or a cigarette or something. But what's up with the like button? We have all these people here. You see that like button at the top of your screen? Help a bot out. I'm going to be talking today about why pagans just want to have more fun. I've had more fun around pagans than I have around most Christians, right? And I'm not a pagan. I get people think that I'm a pagan. I mean, I look like one. Modern druidry falls under the blanket of paganism, even though you could be an atheist and practice it, right? All of this really is honoring my ancestors, I guess, is considered pagan. But I don't worship any deities at all. So I'm not really a pagan. You'll be there. You want to do Space Marines tonight at 11 p.m. UK time. Sir Flame Drop, we've been using cigarettes wrong the whole time. We should have been eating them. Yeah, they should make like tobacco gummies. Right? Well, they do have that technically. You have the nicotine chewing gums, right, for people who are trying to quit smoking. So technically, they do have the gummies already for nicotine, right? It just doesn't have the same effect, I think. Yeah, Blake, we're going to serve the Emperor tonight at 11 p.m. UK time, if you're available. Space Marines tonight. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to. I have to prepare for my D&D game, big D&D game Friday. They're entering into a new chapter. I never know where my players are going to take me, so I'm always having to prepare ahead of time for their experience, right? And we have a poll about, when you've gone to church, what has it been like? Have you felt loved, right? Or do you feel judged? Like the first time, think about the first time as an adult or something, you've experienced church life. I, as a clergyman, most of the time doing church, I felt judged. That is my honest assessment of my experience. What's going on with the like button? You got all these people here. What's up with that? Go touch the like button at the top of your screen. Help a bot out. I will be doing this an extra hour today if we get a super chat goal, which is you could give 3 cents if you want for a super chat goal. 5 super chats. Extra hour. That's going to be my main. That helps me to make a living of this. Notar, Evelyn, Victoria, in the comic set is now properly the Federal Republic of Germany. Oh my goodness, here. Oh, you're having some. Are you from there? Is that where you're from? Yeah, good to have our friend here, Blake. We've been promoting his channel. He is off to a good start in getting the people he needs to thrive there. Like if you have a channel, I want people to be successful. There's no competition here. If you want to use me for your success, use me. I don't mind. Right? I'm here to help people. Right? I don't mind promoting what you're doing in your work that you want to do, your hobbies. Whatever you want, whatever helps you to be successful, I want to help you to be there, right? VT is here. You go to church to judge others. Orange juice. You joined an Indian scammer live. He was, how fine, folks, and we are doing good. Orange juice. Good to have you here. That's always fun. You got a call center live. Is that what happened? Right? Tony, nice to see you. And Brandon, good to see you, Brandon. I see some people, you go to church, you feel loved. Most of your experience, I mean, I don't think that's an honest thing. You are defending your churches. I mean, I was a Christian for 30 years. I went to all kinds of churches, and the vast majority of experience was judgment. So I think some of you are just being defensive because you know that what you're saying is bullshit, right? You go to church, it's very sad to the fact they often focus too much on the sacrifice. On the sacrifice, yeah. So you go to a traditional high church like the Catholics or Orthodox or Anglicans or the higher up Methodists. They like to focus on the Eucharist rather than on the community, is what you're saying. If you like scammer calls, check out Brother Scambait, not Nanosense. You've helped in a few of his calls. Yeah, I've watched some of those ones where they talk to the scammers, right? And say, we're looking at you, right? Those are hilarious, right? You've been banned from most churches just because of your appearance. You've been banned from most churches, yeah. Yeah, good to see you. Kessa Fakum, what's the topic here? We're talking today about how pagans have more fun than Christians. Like I'm going to be sharing when we get a little bit more people about how when I left Christianity, I went to my first pagan get-together. Now, I'm not even a pagan, but I went to a pagan gathering, and they were nice. There was no judgment. I didn't feel I had to compete. Roman Catholic, why not? Yeah. Yeah, the problem with, when I was a clergyman in the Catholic Church, the most important thing was the Eucharist, right? It was more important than you. Like I was instructed to lick that shit up off the ground, right? And I began to think, why is this more important than me, right? Isn't it for me? You're supposed to be the one that's important, right? The Catholic Church has turned the Eucharist into the biggest control mechanism, right? Instead of something that really, there's nothing wrong with the Eucharist. It's a beautiful, the Eastern churches do a better job with it because it's God adoring you rather than you're adoring. It's a way to become a divinity, right? But still, this idea that you are more important than the building is not there, right? Everything's for you, not the other way around. They want it so you see the institution as more important than you, so you serve it, right? You've been banned because they don't like your family's views and beliefs, right? They demand that you adhere before you are able to participate. Like if you're like someone like Blake with all his tattoos, at some point they're going to come up to you and talk to you, right, about your beliefs, and then you'll be shocked, right? Irish Cam Clips, good to see you. We adore our Irish Cam Clips, wonderful images of animals on their channel. DL Can, Patty Craig, good to see you. Patty Craig is here, good to have you here. And Trinity, oh wait, Trinity, all Friday night's going to be crazy. It's going to be a wild ride, right? Wild ride. That's all I have to say. People have licked stranger things. Yeah, right. Yeah. The last time when I went to my son's graduation mass, there was a lady kissing the ground. I'm like, you should be kissing old people in the outside, homeless people. That's you're kissing a ground that doesn't do anything but for you, right? It doesn't help God at all, right? Do you know the shaman in England? No, I don't know any shamans. CJ, good to see you, CJ, and Okie Dokie. All these wonderful people here. You've partied too much with the Pagans, have you? Right? Yeah, they're great partiers. Dr. Midge is here. Good to see you. Beware the spectator druid. What does that mean? What does that mean? Don't forget, friends, as you come in, hit the like button, subscribe, join. And if we hit our chat goal today of 5 super chats, which can be at 1 cent, I will stream an hour long extra for your entertainment. Yeah, Pickles the Draven is here, and the Oblivion Walker verified. Look at that. Most people, when you go to church, you actually feel loved. What churches do you go to, really? I mean, I've been a Christian for 30 years, and I went to all kinds of churches. And there's only one I actually felt loved at, and that was the charismatic Roman Catholic group I went to. All the other churches that I went to, I went to everything that you could think of when I started out, and I felt judged. I felt I had to adhere or else, right, to get into the program or be disqualified. I did not feel accepted. I felt only accepted if I adhered to the policies that they had in that particular group, right? So most of these people that are answering this question here, they are dishonest. They're only defending because they have been taught to defend. They have not been instructed in a proper presentation of their own humanity and struggles and experiences. The church is more important than their truth. The church is more important than the basic courtesy that should be given unto mankind. Yeah. Hail Cthulhu. Thank you, Martin. We'll start eating sugars. All right, I'm going to stop the poll here so you could see how ridiculous it is. Every time we have a poll, you could tell that the who is really being sincere and who's being controlled, right? There's no way that 50% of you feel loved. I mean, that's epic bullshit, right? Thank you for the jewels. Now, I want to get into my Substack. Now, if you miss any of this, it's on my Substack, right? You know, when I first spent time around pagan groups, I noticed something that caught me off guard, something I wasn't used to. I don't consider myself pagan, but druidry is classified as paganism, so I end up in that world, right? What surprised me was when I went to my first meeting with my druid friends, there was a complete lack of judgment. At my first meeting, my druid friends, they welcomed me the way I had never experienced in the church. They didn't care how pagan I was or whether I understood anything. They were simply glad that I was there, right? They were happy that I was there, right? Their concern was not with how well I'm following their rules or morality. Their concern was me, right? That kind of hospitality was new to me because I had been a Christian for 30 years and I rarely experienced that, right? You know, I actually enjoy myself when I'm with them. I mean, I enjoy being there because I feel like I'm part of something, that I don't have to qualify for it. I don't have to do anything. I'm just able to relax in an environment of people who enjoy druidry, right? There is no competition. In church, I always felt like that I had to know everything and behave perfectly just to be accepted, right? It felt like a constant climb to reach the top of the social ladder that should have never existed, right? None of that pressure was present in the pagans that I met. You arrive as you are, and that's enough. That's it, right? Churches, unfortunately, have earned a terrible reputation, right? Even the word church brings scandalous things to your mind for many, many people. The institution has a long history of choosing obedience over hospitality. They may welcome you at first. They put on this little scam. Oh, welcome to our church, right? We like you. You're nice. We want you to be here. But you're expected to pay a social tax. If you don't pay that social tax, you will be pushed aside. You will be treated terribly, right? If you're not paying the social tax. People walk into churches, most people that I've met, and they immediately feel watched, right? They worry about who's judging them. They worry about their performance. They worry about being accepted. The whole environment becomes a test, right? Rather than a community. You go and you're being tested if you can really fit in. Do you have the right clothes? Right? I've heard countless bitching from clergy about the way people dress, right? They don't have the proper shoes on, everyone's going to hell, right? I've heard countless bitching about just the way people dress, right? What if they can't afford a tie? It doesn't matter. If you don't follow the pattern, someone's going to come up and shame your ass for not wearing a tie. The first time they'll give you a pass. Second time a pass. Third time, like, do you need it? Do you need some proper clothing to be here? You know, that's what you'll experience, right? I remember one time, most of the people in my church were retirees. They're all old, right? Getting ready to die, right? We had this young family, and they had a child that cried all the time. Right? I've had 8 kids. It's rough, right? And I learned that, the best thing I could do is go outside for a few minutes, bounce the baby around, come back in, right? That, to me, that's an appropriate thing. Now, no one talked to this family. They're brand new at it, right? The baby's crying. And instead of talking to the family, people start bitching and bitching and bitching. So the priest goes outside in the entranceway, puts signs up. I will ask you to leave if your baby cries too much. And everyone knew, if the family knew who those signs were for, right? And when this baby would cry during the liturgy, he would stop. What a dick, right? To shame people. Now, they put up with it because they are enslaved to the system. They put up with the abuse. They should have said, fuck you, and walked out. But they felt enslaved to the system of religion, that they couldn't do that, right? That would have been appropriate. Someone put signs out on your church that would be like, I would rip that shit down and tell them to fuck off. That would have been appropriate, right? But that wasn't happening, right? Now, I mean, that's shameful behavior. I mean, I have countless examples of this behavior. I remember one time a bunch of my parishioners were gathered around, and one of my sons, he's a little bit younger. He went to Catholic school, and this one Catholic school teacher comes up and quizzes him on if he knows what this feast day is about. He didn't know shit, and that's okay. But what she did next was terrible. She shamed him in front of all of these people. And I should have told her to fuck off, but I couldn't do that back then. So I took him and walked away. I'm like, don't listen to that bitch, right? I should have told her to fuck off. If someone insults your children, humiliates them, the proper thing to do is to tell them to fuck off. That's what I should have done. But I was enslaved to the system at the time. I am very grateful to the community I have now. There's no shame, only comfort and encouragement. It's a place where I can come as I am, a place where people matter more than the performance. I mean, we do these rituals, and most of us are terrible at doing them. I mean, there's no perfection. We're just having a good time, really, doing these rituals that we have as druids. There's kids running around making noises and shit. Nobody cares. We're just there having a good time doing these rituals. It's a place for hospitality. It's not conditional. This is why paganism is much more fun to me than all of my Christian experience. They make room for people to breathe. They allow you to be who you are. They don't require anything of you, right? Am I Harry Potter's father? No, I'm his lover. Yeah. You remember running around with your baby to get her to stop crying? Julian, you remember these times? Yeah. And people are looking at you, right? I'm like, well, fuck you, right? I mean, I have 8 kids. I learned to deal with it over the years, right? It's just terrible. What? Don't you want babies in your church? Oh, my goodness. Baba Aurelia in excess, you will pray for me? Thank you. Hal, good to see you. You discovered that there's weed growing in the UK. It's very tall. If you rub it, you get sap on it, and then you go in the sun, you get a burn because of the sap. Well, don't put it on your penis. That would be very dangerous. Yeah. Everyone knows how much the Lord hates the cries of children, right, in the church. Yeah. That would be a hell of a confessional. I tore down all the signs and pissed on him. Oh, my. Cami is here. Oh, no, Cami, are you being inappropriate with your religion? Oh, I wish you healing. Yes. So much shameful actions. Yeah. I mean, it's sad. I remember I had this one person that wouldn't come into the church when I worked there. He goes, if I go in there, the roof will fall down on me, right? No one helped him. No one talked to him, right? No one was interested in him. And so he left, right? I just had a random tell you, may the Lord walk with you today, and then try to push a pamphlet on me. Oh, those are fun, right? Here's a pamphlet. You're on your way. Good morning, Inquisitor Bacon. Making sure everything's not kosher today. Good to have you here. Don't forget, friends. Damn it, I put the wrong freaking goal on here. I got to change that shit. Damn it. I hate freaking these damn... just give me a moment here. It was not freaking 10 super chats. This is bullshit. I wanted 5 super chats, not 10. What is it? Remove goal. Okay, let me remove the goal. The goal was 5 super chats. So that goal is gone now. Let me see if I can get another one up here. Create a poll. It's not going to let me now. Wonderful. Spiritual entertainment, my friends. 7 days a week I'm here for your entertainment leisure. Don't forget to hit the like button as you come in. I do this every day. I am here for your entertainment leisure. Don't forget to hit the like button. 7 days a week I come here. 7 days a week we talk about whatever you want to talk about. Good to see you, Brando. Let me see if I can get it on my phone here. Let's see here. Yeah. Let me see. No, there. Oh, let's see here. Super chat. Okay. Here it is. 5 super chats. Yes, that's what I want. Any color. All colors. All right. Timer 3 hours. Yep. All right. I will stream extra hour. Extra hour. There it is. An extra hour. I will stream an extra hour. Okay. Yeah. All right. 3 hours. That's good. All right. That's it. There we go. All right. Start a goal. There we are. I have the proper goal up now. Sorry about that. 5 super chats. It could be 5 cents. I don't care. And I will stream an extra hour for your entertainment leisure. I do this for a living, and that's very helpful for me, having these super chat goals. The Bardic Order is originally Christian, though not anymore. I do believe it's based on... What Bardic Order are you talking about? The Bardic Order that I belong to was never Christian. It doesn't have any labels. It's mostly pagan, right? Bards were around before the Christians came around. Now, certainly they became Christian in history, right? Like the Taliesin, obviously Christian. Um, the Irish schools of bardic tradition were certainly Christian. But in the history, the bards were the storytellers all around the world before there was any Christianity. Yeah. Rabbit with the Doors is peak content. You enjoyed that. Yeah. What happened in that one, I was petting my rabbit, and the other, you can't see it, but my other rabbit was sitting next to him, and she got pissed off and ran right in front of him and knocked him over. And he gets up, perks his ears, is like, WTF. Yeah, that was funny, right? Give his daily like and forgive our sacrilege and find humor even the most dire of topics. Yeah, I'm a comedian. It's all true. Right? Well, and I really am glad. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate you. A wonderful friend here that I've learned about a lot about the Masonic tradition. We were talking about a little bit about that yesterday. Someone had made the claim, why not, that the Masons hoard the sacred knowledge, and I said they kept it safe because of the enemy of the church. Now everything in Masonry is really available to the world, but during a period of time, the Masons had to protect their tradition because the enemy of the church was trying to dismantle them. So they had these secret things, which are really more things of intimacy now more than anything before. But most of their symbols and things, and they're available to the whole world. They had to keep themselves safe from the church, right? Modern day druid. You just discovered maple syrup on bacon. Oh my goodness. Our good friend Modern. I just entered the Ovite grade. He is an Ovite. We are in the same druidic order. And he's a bodybuilder. He's this massive man with all of these muscles. Oh my. Gets my homosexuality going. Kiki. Good to see our good friend Kiki from Belgium. And Frederickers, good to see you. John, you like Satan, do you? The last two books were lame, 1 through 4. Finish the story. I don't know what books we're talking about. What are we talking about? Have I read Dan Brown novels? Yeah, I mean, a lot of Dan Brown is all made up, really. He took an idea from Gnosticism and ran with it. The intimacy that you find between Mary Magdalene and in one of the, I think it's the Gospel of Judas, was this was all symbolism, right? Like even in these Gnostic texts, the idea of her becoming a man, that is all metaphor, symbolism. It's not literal, right? And I'm of the opinion that he did have a wife, and it might have been her. I don't have a problem with that, but there's really no historical basis for all of this stuff. I don't have a problem with Jesus being married and having children. That's normal behavior. And now, obviously, most rabbis during that time period had wives. But the church doesn't want you to know that because they've created this Christ that's separated from humanity. What I like about Gnosticism, and I don't like Gnosticism, but the Christian texts, I think, really capture his message, where he was trying to teach you how to become what you are by nature, divine. He is God, I am God, and so are you, as William Blake taught, right? That this divinity is not something far from you. It is within you. It is there. It is all around you. And he taught people how to see it, right? But whatever powers that be wanted to separate you from the divinity and mediate it to you. You have to do what we want. You have to believe what we want. You have to do our rituals, and then you can be with the God, right? I think Jesus taught, no, God is not far away from you. There is no original sins. There is only your lack of perception of what is already there. So that's what I appreciate from Gnosticism, is they kept that message. Oh, let's see here. You married a man and had no children. That's why there's no children. It makes sense now, right? You dislike any religion that teaches nature or reality is evil. Yeah, that's why I don't like Gnosticism, because the idea now, most of these they're called Gnostic texts, but that's really not what they are. They're attributed to Gnosticism, which Gnosticism was so broad and wide. These were Christian communities that held these things with honor. And you had all of these different Christian communities with various forms of influence before the One Ring began to rule them all, which was the imperial church, right? Let's see here. It's about resurrection of Hiram Abiv. I don't know what the hell that is. That sounds like some type of joint. A Harim spliff. Yeah. I'm out of your element, Donnie. Jesus taught us that we are capable of unlocking our own invisibility. Yeah, I believe that there's no separation of God. It is all here. And we just need help to see it, right? And I think that's what he did. He helped you to see. That's how I understand him, right? Hello, Mr. Walrus is here. Oh, shit. You waves a flipper. Is that what you are, Omar? You are a living incarnation of a walrus. Very interesting. No one will talk me out of my own delusion. Yeah, the Jesus is your gay savior. Let's see here. You're calling Inquisitor Bacon a LARPer? He has the full force of the Imperium on his side. Heretic. Yeah. Live action role play is fun, and it is fun. You know, every Friday I dress up as a wizard and play Dungeons and Dragons. I enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with it, right? I enjoy it very much. Me and my wife, anyone watch The Bang Theory? They have a new series that has come out on HBO about one of the characters that were in The Big Bang Theory. He's the comic book store owner. Has anyone seen that yet? It's very enjoyable. It's a comedy. We went through a couple episodes so far. I forgot what it's called. Some of you, yeah, Stuart Saves the Universe. If you like The Big Bang Theory, now I watched all of the Young Sheldons, but I never was able to watch. On occasion, I saw a Big Bang Theory. My wife has watched all of them, so I have to eventually get caught up. She's watched it like several times, but this Saving the Universe is quite very interesting, very enjoyable. Stuart Saves the Universe, great comedy. If you like The Big Bang Theory, all of the people in there are in there. You're going to be left behind. Good. I want all of you assholes out of here. Goodbye, angel. Go up with your cosmic savior who doesn't care about the world. You know, what an evil teaching. You're going to be left behind. Well, fuck you too. God's going to leave me behind because I'm not believing the right things that he wants me to? What an asshole. Did your father do that to you, angel? Did your father leave you behind? What a terrible father you've had. God's not an asshole. I'm sorry to tell you. You haven't watched TV in 15 years. Wow, that's quite a discipline. Yeah. Aura, good to see you. Please, Rain, you're having problems with drought where you're at right now. Yeah. You'll watch it. You're waiting for the episode. All of the episodes to be out for the. Yeah. I don't know how many are out right now. We've watched like 2 of them. We are watching another good show, Reacher. We watched all the Reachers. Those are really good. Yeah. Very entertaining. Yeah. Good to have you here, Brandon. And Samuel, Goofy Gandalf. Is that how you see me? What's wrong with being goofy? Nothing. right? People entertain, right? You bet I don't have a girlfriend? No, I have a boyfriend. I'm a homosexual. Yeah. You shall not pass. That's right, Ronald. You haven't seen Benjamin since 7:51. What the hell is that? Since he's on his smartphone day and night, he has watched TV for 15 years. Basically. This is TV, technically, right? Reacher is fun to watch. Yeah, very enjoyable. I watched all of the movies as well, Tom Cruise. And now the series is really well done. Very enjoyable. Mills Coolin, our wonderful all-night gamer. Are you just getting off your games? If you go to his channel, he streams video games all night long. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night to take a leak or something. He is on, right, doing his gaming. If you like gaming, he is a gamer. Check his channel out there. Good to have you here, Mills Coolin. And he always says nice things to me when I go on his channel to give my likeness. I try to support my community members by going and liking your stuff and so on and so forth. I want people to be successful, right? It's very important that, I'm here for your success, right? I want to encourage and inspire people in any way I can help you, right? Your neighbors are using a hammer and power tools, so they woke you up. So that's why you're here. It's a different movie than one you rented at the adult store called Reach Around. Yeah, a little bit different context, right? A little bit different context. Oh, my. Carlo, have a good day to you as well. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button right there. You see it? Right up there. I do this every day. And if we hit our super chat goal of 5 super chats today, I will stream an extra hour. We already got one. You could give 5 cents if you want. It doesn't matter to me. That is the goal, and I will certainly be here another hour. Zerg is here. Oh, that he just had a very funny short of me talking about gay Jewish sorcery. And he puts this rabbi guy in between. He's got all these funny shorts on his channel as well. And there's our good friend, the prostate exam. I hit you up this morning. You enjoyed that thing I shared about that terrible lady's experience. Miriam, I forgot what her last name is. This Canadian woman. She had a back problem. She's 84 years old. And the Canadian government wanted to murder her. Like, we could give you the gas chamber. She's no, fuck you. Now she's traveling around the world, writing articles or blogging, giving the Canadian government the middle finger for trying to execute her, for having a back problem, right? A real woman filled. Just because you're old doesn't mean you don't have value anymore, right? Just because you have mental disorder doesn't mean you don't have value. There's whole countries will execute you if they find out that you have Down syndrome in the womb. They will try to encourage you to execute your child, right? I mean, this is a terrible philosophy that we have in our humanity, that your worth is only based on how well you perform for us. What a bunch of assholes, right? So I support Miriam, our great-grandmother there, traveling around the world, giving the Canadian government the middle finger. And you can see that video. Yeah, there's people suffering right now. Now, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to try to encourage you not to do it, right? If you want to end your life, I don't want you to do that, right? I've had mental health in my family where we've had to intervene to stop them from ending their lives. That is not, when you're losing your mind, you do dumb things, right? So the norm is trying to save life, to preserve it, not to encourage people to destroy themselves. That's not loving other people, right? Your government doesn't love you. The government is an entity that exists for itself, right? It's a shame that people let the government tell them how they're supposed to operate, right? This is quite unfortunate, right? We are to be loving people, encouraging them, inspiring them, especially if they're suffering. We are to take their hand. We are to walk with them, to be there. For it sucks when someone is suffering, but to encourage them to stop my suffering, to end their life, that is the most selfish thing you could do, right? So even in your suffering, you have value. You make a difference. Your love is important to other people. Now, some of you are suffering terribly right now, and you're like, should I even go on? Yes, you are important. Being willing to enduring your suffering is powerful. You are telling the world, I have value. I have purpose. I have a right to be here, right? Don't give up, my friends. Endure. There's people that need your love, even people you don't see, right? You are inspiring people by making your stand for living, right? We live in a terrible world, right? Where people tell you you don't have value, if you don't have the right ideas, or you're not performing properly. Your worth is infinite. There is no amount for the value of your life, right? You are a treasure, and you have to think that way about yourself. I mean, we all go through terrible things, right? And when you understand that you have value and purpose, you can endure those things, right? Oh, where are we at here? This guy is hilarious and genuine. Druid Jackson, yes, I have. Thank you, my friend. More for us. I tell you, I am Jewish atheist, but I found your church during time in your life around a year ago, and it really made me smile in the world when it seemed dark. See, you see that what you can do, my friends. I really appreciate you, our forest friend, for sharing that. I'm about to start crying because I'm a Cancer. We always cry at everything. You see what happens? You see what you can do, my friends? Being who you are, authentic life, can inspire people. And thank you for being here. Our Jewish atheist, I'm a gay Jewish sorcerer. As you can tell, people say this is the Star of David all the time, right? So we are glad. Us Jewish people need to stick together, right? Oh my! Belgium legalized euthanasia. Let me see what Kiki was saying. Your psychiatrist has a role in it. Her saying to me, it's okay to want to die, helped you to want to live, right? Yeah, see, these are, like, I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but your default your default position should be helping people to live, right? Encouraging them, not shaming them into it, like the Catholic Church does with people, but showing them that life is worth living, that people have value and purpose, right? That our humanity matters, right? That's very important that your psychologist, psychiatrist helped you at that right time in your life. Did not force it upon you, right? You will be at the event Stonehenge this evening? No, I will not. I do plan on going to Stonehenge. That is on my bucket list. I want to eventually move over to my ancestral lands in the future. That's not happening. I'm broke right now. I mean, I have all kinds of kids running around here. We're living on ramen noodles. So that's not happening anytime soon, right? You are Cancer too? 22nd of July is your birthday. So you're a big crybaby too, like me. You cry at everything, right? I make you laugh. You make you smile. Life's been hard lately. It's nice to see your stream in the morning before work. Oh, I appreciate you, Druid Jackson. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. And I'm glad, you brought me joy by sharing that with me. I really appreciate you sharing that with me, right? It makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? I know that now some of you are not theists, right? Some of my friends are atheists, right? But for me, I interpret the world in terms of my spiritual experience. And I know that I'm supposed to be here, right? Because there are people who need to see me. I am a wild man. I am a madman, right? And sometimes people need to become mad in order to get people's attention, right? I'm unusual, right? And that brings people into a place where they can hear you, right? So all of my experiences, all of my madness has led me to this point where I can be that place of stability that you can dive off of, right? I know that is my purpose, right, in what I'm doing here. And it's good to see that being shared by others, right? You want to live and you appreciate life, yeah. Whale of approval. Eggs go well with ramen. Yeah, I hate eggs. Yeah, my kids like eggs. I don't. You put the yellow yolks in the. It's ingrained into our culture to only take care of ourselves, to protect ourselves. Even families are told not to help family if they bring discomfort in life. It's absurd. Our culture is fucked, right? Yeah, this is a terrible thing that you're bringing out, right? When it becomes a loss, when it becomes something that it's encouraged, I mean, this is a danger, right? This is a danger for our thriving species when we are told that our value is in how much we can produce products, how well we can dance, or how big our penises will, right? This is terrible where we find ourselves, right? But people are waking up to that, right? People are seeing, right? And there's always going to be a voice in the wilderness crying out, make straight the way of the Lord. The way of the Lord is your way, because the idea of a divine reality is your reality. You are the divinity. You are the most important thing in the world today. No one else can replace you. If you're not here, we're fucked. That's how important you are. Without your experience here, the world becomes darker, right? Think about how important you are. The boo-boo is on the loose. The goblins are here. Oh, my. Ahmed, good to see you. You want to live forever in good health, as we all do, right? Jesus loves you, and it's never late to change. Why do I need to change? I'm very happy. There he goes. We need to get Elvish money out. See, I can't support him because he knows what he's doing. He is substituting peoples in real life for this elven stuff. He's talking about Jews. That's what he is doing there. I can't support you. He does this shit all the time. But I do appreciate your money. One more super chat, and I will stream an extra hour, my friends. One more super chat is all it takes. Please conjure up some vitals. Are you hungry, Lancy? You want me to put a feast for you, right? Have I heard of Abraham Hicks, the Seth challenges? Never heard of that. Is that some type of literature or something? Never heard of that before. You appreciate the dono, but the message ain't staying. That's right. Thank you, Goblin. Yeah, I see Saccharin. He comes on here. He does this all the time. I just can't get involved in that, right? Let's see. That's love. You love Abraham Hicks. I never heard of him. That's bullshit. What the super chatter said. I knew what he meant. Yeah, that's inappropriate. That Jewish people are stereotyped. All right. Not all Jewish people are the same. Now, the fact that Jewish people are involved in a lot of the world is because they are one of the most oldest community groups in the world, because they have learned how to survive, right? Because they know how to. They've been persecuted, right? Now they certainly have their problems, like their religion is racist, we are the chosen ones, right? That kind of pisses a lot of people off. Right? But we don't talk about that because they are the most persecuted people in the world. And people wait for opportunities to go after them, like our recent problems in the world, right? What you see in the Middle East, that's not Jewish people. That's politics, right? And it's terrible how Jewish people are treated. It's not their fault. We have a rabbi that he hasn't been on in several months. Some of you remember Rabbi Abraham. He's an Orthodox Jew from Israel that would come on our morning shows here. And he didn't like what was going on at all. He would have no problem sharing that with us. Right? Talks of self-empowerment, Abraham does. Let's see here. The emperor is opposed to religion. Yeah, we only serve the emperor of mankind here. That's right. Tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. UK time, Space Marines 2. We'll be serving with my brothers Blake and ELP. We're going to serve the emperor together. Served the emperor last night. Let's hope we didn't cause the destruction of Polynesian Easter. Oh my, I never even heard of that before. Israel commits genocide, but it isn't the fault of Jewish people at all. Yeah, Israel, the idea of Israel is a political entity, right? It's not people. It is a political reality, right? Shake it. Good to have you here, right? Atrocities aren't genocide. Well, you have this history in their book of genocide. I mean, it's all there. And I don't want to get into politics, but, I've heard a lot of rabbis talk about what's going on there in the history, the carpet bombing and stuff, but we're not going to talk about that. We've said too much already. We don't do politics here. That's one of our things we're not going to fight. There he goes again. Thank you for helping us achieve our super chat goal, our friend, but you're going to get deleted, right? I am for people. I am for community. I am for unity. And unfortunately, we got a little bit too political today, and that riles up like a hornet's nest, where everyone wants to say their piece. And if you don't give them voice, they're going to tell you to fuck off, right? I'll keep giving me your money, Icy Sacred. Keep giving it to me. I don't care. But we're not going to support your racism. Yeah. Let's see. Apologies for getting political. That's okay. There's certain topics. It's good to have things that are important to you in the world. But sometimes these topics, they are used in certain ways that causes unfortunate conversations, right? I mean, Thanksgiving is coming up in a few months in the United States. There's going to be family members fighting each other over something that they really don't give a shit about. When all these people start talking about, where were you 20 years ago when for these political people? Where were you for the Ukrainians 20 years ago? Where were you for the Palestinians? You can whine about it, but are you giving them money? Are you helping? What are you doing? It's convenient for you to whine about it, isn't it? But what the hell are you doing about it? How are you making a difference? You're just bitching, right? Because it makes you feel like you have a purpose, that you have vision in your life, that you stand for something. You're not standing for anything except your own ego, right? You like turtles, you do. Criminals being turned into servetos. That's what we need to start doing more of, right? Yeah, don't waste a good skull, right? Oh my! We don't have Thanksgiving in Europe. Halloween, President Day, Flag Day. A certain country, Canada has a Thanksgiving. America has a Thanksgiving. I don't know if any other countries have like a Thanksgiving. I'm not sure. But it's been a contention, at least in the past 10, 20 years. Families fighting over politics. It's been really worse more than ever, right? Um, let's see. Yeah, I need to wash my cape. Do you think I'm fighting crime today? It is a cloak, damn it. Oh my. It's a bunny stick. That's right. I love rabbits. Yeah. You saw my rabbit videos this morning, some of you, in my YouTube shorts. I got one where my rabbit is startled by the other rabbit, which is kind of funny. He's kind of adorable. His ears, his eyes poke out of his head. His ears go up. That was the last year. The other one was they're fighting over a banana. And I put the Weird Al Yankovic music "Eat It" in the background as they're fighting over what. At the end, my black rabbit, he steals the banana away from the gray rabbit. I love rabbits. Yeah. It's a cloak, damn it. Yeah. Who else be kissing up on the screen right now? Oh, you're getting aroused, are you? That happens all the time. I don't have to see it. If you want to, whatever you're doing to your private parts in your phone, I don't get to see it. As long as you're using your whatever to touch the like button, that's all I care about. Like and subscribe, my friends. We'll be streaming here another 2 hours because we've reached our super chat goal for the day. Now, you could certainly give me more super chats. I wouldn't mind. But I really appreciate all of you who keep me coming back here, that I can make a living doing this, sharing my life with you, talking to you, having conversations every day. No politics. Damn it. You see what happens? We start talking about topics, the algorithm gets an erection and starts bringing these assholes here, right? Yeah, YouTube thrives off political dialogue and the negative. Some of the most YouTube that is watched, it has to do with politics, right? Who are you cosplaying, The Elder Scrolls or Baldur's Gate? Well, I enjoy both of those games. This is all of my ancestral symbols: the cloak, the rabbit, the pentangle, and this isn't cosplay. This is my life. I am a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, Druids. I am an Ovite. I practice this as a lifestyle. I'm sorry that you're ignorant of Celtic culture and theme. Yeah. How was Rogue Trader? Rogue Trader is a interesting game that I'll probably do once a week, maybe Mondays for you, because this is a way to get into the lore of Warhammer. That's why I'm streaming it. Rogue Trader is 50% reading. So you're like reading a book and playing a game at the same time. That's what you're getting. There's so much reading that it's gonna. If you read everything, you got at least 1,000-hour game because it's turn-based, right? My first playthrough through it was terrible because Owlcat, they're assholes. They never finish their games. They're coming out with a new Warhammer 40K game coming up called Heresy something or whatever. And people are asking on their forums, is it going to be finished? Because you guys have a terrible reputation. Every single game they release is not finished. It takes them a whole year. I'm not talking about a few bugs. I'm talking about after the third chapter, the game breaks. Pathfinder 1, Pathfinder 2, Rogue Trader, right? These people are assholes, right? But they're great storytellers. We'll give them that. So I hope they don't do that shit this time. It's some dark heresy or something. It's supposed to be available at the end of the year or next year. I don't remember. But I'm certainly going to get the game. I just want to get it if it's finished, right? Interactive lore, basically, yeah. When you got these games, yeah. It's a little different from the shooter ones, yes. Yes, the shooter ones, there's really no substance there. We enjoy playing those and streaming those, and I don't know why people like watching shooter games. Sometimes we've had like 100 people watching us, right? I don't know why people like watching. Maybe because I'm always preaching about the golden throne and singing songs to the emperor. I try to put on a good show when I play. By the last hour, I mean, I'm like on low energy because the first hour is nonstop preaching and singing songs to the emperor. The final hour, I slow down a little bit, if you've noticed, right? You enjoy divers? Yeah, that's not a game for me. I tried it out with the community here. My son likes the game, but I just don't enjoy it. I mean, it's not a bad game. It's just the interface. It just kills it for me. Yeah, that's gaming nowadays, Bob. Release a game half finished and call it early access. Yeah. Well, the problem with Owlcat, they don't call it early access. That's the problem. Now, if they released it as early access, that would be different. They release it as a full game, and you're pretty much paying them to be a beta tester. That has been like that would be more appropriate to release it as early access, but they release it as a finished game, right? The old Celtic stuff you can appreciate. The costume, trick or treat, horror stuff is lost on you. You don't like modern Halloween. Halloween's like my favorite holiday in America. I love dressing up, my kids dressing up, getting the candy, summoning demons and everything. It's fun. It's the emperor preaching for sure, pure entertainment. You enjoy it. Yeah, I just get into this. Good to see you, Camera Lady. Are you going to be streaming tonight, Camera Lady? She usually streams Wednesday nights around 3:30 Eastern. She draws pictures and colors and things. Very relaxing environment. Very relaxing environment. You still think that Bart should play Project Zomboid? Yeah, there's a lot of games that people want to get me to play. I just can't get over like the dildos and stuff in the game. That just kills the immersion factor for me. That's what you meant by nowadays. You pay for early access game. You wait here for it to be finished. Yeah. Terrible, terrible practice. Yeah. You love Halloween as well? Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have a great Halloween this year, my friend. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to love the candy. You're going to love the experience. You're going to have a great Halloween. It's beginning bigger over the UK Halloween. Yeah. It's the best holiday. It was mainly an Irish thing, right? That got imported to America. It's the best holiday. You will most likely be Jake the dog for Halloween. Now that's fun. That's fun. Might be get into the Poopert book today. Oh my. And she does all kinds of dark rituals and things. Captures pickles and things and turns them into ogres. Right? She's got all these dark. She has a dungeon below her house where she does all kinds of dark rituals. You could see her live streaming it. Oh my. Bruce Bowling. Good to have you here, our good friend Bruce. It's the anniversary of you joining our group 1 year ago. Well, happy anniversary to you. Wow, time flies. Isn't that amazing? You've been here a whole year. Wow. Wow. I'm going to watch you grow up. Yeah, he's a young man, right? 25 years old. I'm going to be here till I'm at least 75. So I get to watch you grow up, watch your children grow up, everything. It's going to be the best. That's right, Judge Aiken. Rihanna, yes, I could be your wizard. Yeah, I can be your wizard for the right price. Yeah. Halloween feels like it's been celebrated for a long time. Christmas doesn't feel as good. Yeah, Halloween is like, what I really appreciated about Halloween is it helps young people in the psychology, right? To what's very important for young people is it helps them to put a face on the unknown and to mock it. That's what, dressing up all these dark themes, skeletons and ghoulies and so on and so forth. that is important for your psychology, that you could put a face on it, like the horror movie. The horror movie you can walk away from. You get to see this darkness, right? So I think Halloween is a very healthy young people holiday because it helps you to deal with the unknown. Yeah. It's your birthday. You're 37 years old. Getting closer to erectile dysfunction. Well, happy birthday to you, my friend. Yeah. Many blessings on all who are celebrating their anniversaries and birthdays to you. Thank you for sharing your experience with all of us. We all appreciate that very much. Take down that dirty star. Nobody cares. Well, fuck off. You don't have to be here. Yeah. Your son wasn't born yet before you joined. Look at that. We get to see you grow up here and your child and everything. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to be around forever. This is going to be my life for being with you. I'm not going anywhere. So hopefully we can build meaningful relationships as we grow together, all of my friends here. It's hard to do that over the internet, right? It takes a lot of time. Like I have a good friend that I met him playing Dungeons and Dragons online, and we've been friends for like 10 years or so, right? Great person to talk to. It's hard to build meaningful relationships on the internet, but it certainly is possible. So I'm looking forward to having better relationships with all of our community here. Yes, yeah, I'll be your personal wizard. That's right. You're not social enough to participate in all the madness. That you can't stand Disney. Yeah, I live by Walt Disney World. I love Disney. I just can't walk anymore. I used to take my family there every year. We go to Disney World, but I can't walk anymore. I'm like, do you want to push me around in a wheelchair? That's no fun, right? But I used to love it. Good morning, J. May 6. Good to have you here, our good friend. You had an amazing shift at work last night, and now you'll be off for the next 2 days, so you're stoked. You get to relax and have a good time. Glad that you're here, our friend. So. Always nice to see our friends so awesome and so amazing. You know what's funny? I keep seeing the same people when I go to different streams. Isn't that neat? That the algorithm somehow brings people together in the same places, right? Like I've seen So on Camera Lady's stream. Isn't that neat? Midwestern Mark is here. Good to see you, Midwestern Mark. Good to have you here for your entertainment leisure today. Disney is fake glass fiber, deceiving kids, making them believe animated movies. That's all the magic. All of my children grew up on Disney shows, right? All of the Disney Channel. I mean, that was a big part of their life. Wizards of Waverly Place, so on and so forth. I really enjoy Disney. Is there a GoFundMe for the scooter for a wizard? Yeah, I need to get one of those old people mobility things, right? Yeah, I hope I don't have to get one of those. I mean, I got on my medication, I get 3 hours of mobility. Outside of that, usually an hour. I would hate to be driving around on a little scooter bike, but that might happen. I don't know. Yep. Disney is money, yes. And I don't like the direction they are going because I really don't believe they care about diversity. That's my opinion. They're using diversity in a political way to get more people to watch their shows and things. For instance, when I'm watching Star Wars, I don't need to be educated about sexuality. I'm all for diversity. I don't care. I don't need to be educated. I want a Star Wars show where I'm able to go into another world and not be educated about someone's diversity issues. I don't care about that stuff. It's not important to me. The positive is there's more movies being made for people of diversity. I would like, authentic diversity, not we're going to educate you. I mean, one of the most authentic diversity TV shows was Modern Family. They weren't trying to educate you, right? If you've watched Modern Family, you have the gay couple. There's no education there. This is real life. There's comedy there. It's wonderful, right? There's no education. I cannot stand that when I watch a film and they're trying to educate me. I'm already for diversity. I don't need that education, right? Let's see here. Adventure Time was your favorite. Yeah, one of my favorite Adventure Times, I watched that with my kids, was the Goblin King that went around spanking everyone's asses when they misbehaved. I mean, that was some hilarious shit. You watched Adventure Time. Same for you. Give a good story and no one will care. Yeah, who's in it? Right? Exactly. There's a sign here, Bob. Duke is here. Good to have you here, Duke. You love Adventure Time, yeah. There's another one. Another Adventure Time with I don't watch cartoons anymore because most of my kids, my youngest, he's going to be 12. So he's not like into that. He's more into gaming than watching cartoons. So nobody really watches cartoons anymore. But there's a newer version of Adventure Time with the Lady Adventurer. Is that right? Yeah, the Adventure Time was hilarious. George Lucas got a lot of money. He certainly did, right? Lucas should have can name him for the woke bullshit. That's how you understand it. Yeah. They say that Addams Family was one of those shows that depicted a solid family. Yeah, Addams Family, I grew up on the reruns of it. I watched all of the movies, and I really like the Wednesday, is that what it's called? Watching that with my family, that was really good. You know what's terrible is the young lady, what she has done to her appearance, right? There was nothing. She was a beautiful young lady, and she looked like a damn skeleton, right? There was no reason for her to do anything to her body. She was beautiful, and now she looks like she's out of a horror movie, right? Very unfortunate. You want to marry the Ice King? Yeah, they have to stick to the law. It cannot snow where there's 13 giants. Do I love you more than your family? You, John? Yeah, that's bullshit, right? That's indoctrination. Gay chickens are your friends. What's your opinion on Lindsay Clancy? I don't even know what that is. What is a Lindsay Clancy trial? I don't know what that is. You have to educate me. I don't watch the news. The only news I get is like the first 5 seconds when I turn my computer on and MSN comes up. That is all the news I get. I don't watch the news. I get news from other people because usually the news, it's all propaganda, right? That's what you're watching. It's not, the news they want you to see is for this or for that. There's no like, the news broadcasters that really want to give you information that's not biased. You're not going to find them in the mainstream. They're on YouTube. They're certainly on YouTube. We've had a gentleman that did something like that on here in the past. But it's hard to you don't know what the hell you're getting, right? Most of it is to make you pissed off, right? Red is here. Oh, Vixen is now Vixen, you are a servant of Aponat. Is it not Anubis? I'm just going to stick with Anubis. De facto that you are Anubis's wife, right? Anubis's wife. But I've called you that for so long. I hope you don't mind. Paid, certainly. X-Men is the Beast. That's your favorite. You have the Beast tattoo. Yeah. What was your favorite X-Men Beast? Was it the modern one or the one in the 2000s? Or the cartoon one, right? Pearl. Good to see you. Where's Ozzy at? You are a fan of the house, are you? Right? Yeah, we love Ozzy here. Yeah. You're disappointed, Red? Oh, no. Let's see here. Cringe of, yeah, you are back. Cool Hand Mountain Man is here to make your day. Good to see you, our good friend, Cool Hand Mountain Man. Don't forget, there's a like button right up there, my friends. Like and subscribe and join. Join a community. We have a good time together. We have something special on our Discord channel. People who are different, showing courtesy to one another. We don't do politics here. Whoever's doing the F, we're not into that shit, right? See these people, Erebus, good to see you. These people come on here with this big boner that they want to shove in your face. They're like, you want to touch it or not? Are you for my politics? We don't care. We're not interested in your politics. Yeah, or bigotry, all of that shit. Do I cast spells? I'm casting one right now, right? Spell work to me is getting in your head, getting into your heart through the gift of my voice. That is my spell work. That is the work of the bard. The bard is the ultimate conjurer through our creativity, making a lasting impression upon the world, right? Oh, where are we at? Oh, yeah. Hello to the people. I forgot to say hello to, oh, yes. Yeah, it's always good to greet people here. We're going to be here for another hour and 40 minutes because of the good graces of our people who gave super chats today. You still can give super chats. I won't mind. I won't mind at all. I do this for a living, so I appreciate that. So bard means druid. Druid, a bard is part of a druidic tradition. In my community, Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids, this is the face of druidry. You have the bard, you have the Ovite, and the druid. They each have a different function in the community. Right now, I'm part of the Ovite aspect of this druidry. The bard is the one that does the creativity, the inspiration. The Ovite is the one that goes to the journey on the other side, comes back with the healing wisdom. The druid in my community is the teacher, the philosopher, each having their place in the stability of the community. Let's see, you wouldn't have it any other way. I am a very entertaining wizard. Well, thank you. Oh, let's see. Bard, so have you ever heard of the Garden of Delight? Oh, that sounds like fun. Where is that? Where's that at? Oh, where are we going here? I am sorry to hear. Oh, Red, you're having some difficulties. We're sorry to hear that. We're sorry to hear that. You think you've watched Bard since almost his beginning, and the only stream, especially now. So you've watched me since the beginnings. So over a year ago, you started watching. I was a clergyman. You were on here that long. Wow. That's interesting. Sounds delightful. Yeah. Spiritual entertainment, my friends. 7 days a week I'm here. Whatever you want to talk about, really. I'm here to talk about life, love, video games, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever you want to do. That is what I'm here for your entertainment leisure, right? You want to drink orange soda. Why do you need my permission? Why do you need my permission? Thank you for the jewels, Adam. Thank you for the jewels. The clergy years, a horrible era for me, right? So you were here, you are not a Christian, right? So when you first started watching me as a clergyman, was it like you originally were going against, and then you started, oh, this guy's a little bit different. Is that how it started out for you? You want a pink soda? I don't care what you're drinking. What is a pink soda? You want an outfit like that? You can get it on Amazon. These are only like $30 on Amazon, right? Failures are building blocks of life. Keep growing and keep learning, no matter what. That's a wonderful philosophy that you have. A very wonderful philosophy. Yeah, just think about that, right? To see these difficulties as a way that help you to improve instead of what holds you down, what keeps you enslaved to pain and misery, right? Some of our tragic things, especially when we're betrayed or we're hurt by others, some people, they take that with them the rest of their life. Instead of using it as a place of strength, of growth, they continue to let the pain linger. Long after these people are gone, right? They continue to be upset about it when they don't have to be. You are choosing to be that way. And that causes all kinds of issues for people who want to have a relationship with you. Even health issues. Like it is a medical fact. The problems of bitterness releases chemicals in your body that harm you, right? Unforgiveness, right? That leads to this rage, right? In that this constant memory, it's killing you. You can get organ failure from doing that, right? Now this is all scientific. Garden Delights is medical plants. The herbs of Thundera. Or going back to you want Panthera and Lionel, their love story in the Garden of Delights. You were being a sarcastic clergyman, but you used to get bombarded with religious edgelords. Yeah. I was a very sarcastic clergyman. My parishioners were getting pissed. They were complaining to the bishop before I retired from what I was doing. Do I believe in gods or gods? No. I know God. And I certainly I'm not, there's the idea of multiplicity it has to do with family, right? So that you are God. You're not the same way that the ultimate reality is God. You are a child. That's how I understand it. But you are not separated. Everything divine is within you. You've never been separated from it. And when you learn to live and practice what you have been given, it will change your whole life. There's never a moment where I feel alone. There's a presence that I can draw upon that is always there encouraging me, that comes from within, right? When you start operating in this mentality, your life becomes a wonder, right? And that is available to everyone, right? You don't need to be a guru or master. You don't need to be educated. Little children can tap into this mystery. It's all there, right? It's all there for you. There are federal workers here. Oh, shit. Mental conclusion in Standing Rock Sioux tribe. They want to think it's a criminal who, I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm sorry. Let's see. Roger. Yeah. You are friends in this team where deities. Yeah. Some of we have a mixed people that come here, right? We have atheists, pagan folk, right? And monotheists, right? We don't know what the hell's going on, but we can know that we're loved in every aspect. Whatever you want to operate in, love is a real thing that you can touch and feel and experience, no matter what foundation that you put yourself on, right? I'm a theist. There's no getting away from that for me. And we talked about this yesterday. I certainly could be insane, but I'm okay with it. Let's see. La Booba's in the chat. I'm satanic. What's satanic here? What is satanic? What do you mean satanic? What are you doing to the factory chairs? That's for sitting, not for sexuality. You want to be free? Freedom is your choice. What keeps you from freedom? If you are locked up in jail, you are not free to be in society, but are you not free? Where does freedom begin? Where does your humanity draw its strength from? From yourself. Freedom of your spirit, freedom of your humanity begins with your decision to be free. Even if you are enslaved to a society or disease, I have arthritis. I can't get away from it. I'm only able to do certain things in life, but I'm free. It doesn't tell me what to do. It stops me from doing physical activities, but it doesn't quench my creativity, right? That freedom is your choice. Nobody could take that away from you. Even if you get kidnapped, you're living in a dungeon, you still have the power of freedom. Even though the world around you is terrible, no one can take away that gift that you have, your creativity, your ability to soar in your environment, right? Some people have a raw deal in society, right? There's nothing that can be done about it. That is for whatever reason, right? But they have the ability to tap into the infinite through their creativity. Freedom is a choice, my friends. Good to see you, South Aussie Steve. Yeah. Good to have you here. How are things down there, down under? Good to have you. I haven't seen you in a while. You haven't been here in a while. Hope you're doing well. You want to be reincarnated into a big bird. Look at that. And be on Sesame Street, right? That's like the best option. The original asylum building helped people and it was overcrowded. And they started doing horrible things, right? You ever read the history of lobotomy? I mean, that guy was evil. That guy was, right? Looking at your teacher. What kind of sexual desires do you have for your teacher? Oh, is this Scottish or Welsh accent I hear? Walter Davian, Northern Wards. The Scots and the Welsh and the Irish are my ancestors. Being a house cat would be the sickest thing, yeah. Get people to worship you and to feed you all the time. Yeah, you can't be chained up in the basement today. Yeah. Found. Always nice to have you here. Oh, where are we at here? Where did the S come from? I don't know. I don't know where it came. What exactly distinguishes the Underdark from the ordinary deep underground cavern system? The Underdark has an atmosphere where their insanity is possible. There's a cave, and as you go further deeper, the atmosphere changes, where it has certain species, certain beings like the drow, right? So it's different than just a cave, but the Underdark has a certain atmosphere, a certain experience. And to give you a secret, hopefully none of my players are watching, they're going to be going there this weekend, Friday. That is going to be their destination. Hopefully they're not watching. They're going to be in the Underdark for a long time. There's some stuff that's going to happen on our Friday night game where they're going to be there. And I'm going to be using Out of the Abyss maps, if you're familiar with that, but in my own way. You're going to pray to the Lord Goblin here. You put your hat on it, oh my. Yeah. You've been claimed. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe, my friends. Join our community. We have a good time, right? That join button, you can get access to our Discord server, right? We have a wonderful community here of people that are all different, from all different walks of life. being nice, talking about good things, the way that life should be, right? Wise Bard, what was first, the chicken or the egg? Oh my, what a deep philosophical question. When you understand this idea of origin, you have to understand that there's never been a time when there's not been a chicken or an egg. Now that is the truth. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, just transformed. So there's always been a chicken. There's always been an egg. There's always been you in some form of capacity. In your area, there are pagan groups that really just are white national groups. So you're talking about Odinism, right? Odinism was created in the jail, in prisons, and usually bikers and things of that nature. That's not to be confused with traditional pagan groups, right? That you find in paganism today. There certainly are assholes that do it. And there's always, we get, pagan fundamentalists, believe it or not, the pagan gatekeepers who will tell you how to be a pagan, right? And these people are assholes. They start bitching and whining about how you're being creative with it, and you're not doing it the way they want. You're not following the mythology the way they are. I mean, they're just fundamentalism in a different flavor, right? Why won't every cavern beneath water be considered part of the underworld? So the problem beneath Waterdeep, it begins with the sewer system. And below the sewer system is a constructed dungeon that has been there. See, the Underdark, think of it as a giant cavern that sometimes goes up real high. Think of it as a cavity underneath Torel that reaches out to many places, right? It's just not underneath. It is a certain reality of a place, a stronghold that exists underneath of Torel. So Waterdeep, if you keep going deeper, the way that the Undermountain is, this is all underneath Waterdeep is this massive dungeon complex. And if you keep going deeper, you're going to get to the Underdark. This place called Skullport is really the you go deep, you're there, right? But the thing with the Underdark, it could be right under your feet in certain places. Because it's just this big cavity of space underneath Torel that has its own living reality. Old pagans believe in old-time UK were wild. Yeah, the things with our ancestors, they were all different. And the paganism for the people of the past, when you read about it in the book, it's like it's all the same. And it's not. For instance, in Ireland, Northern Ireland, most of Ireland was traditionally Celtic, right? But in Northern Ireland, you had a huge population of Nordic people that certainly influenced their neighbors, and their neighbors influenced them. Right? If you go to Iceland, if you follow the DNA of the people there, most of them are Irish and Nordic, right? Because that's where they ventured out from. And they influenced another. Now, I am of the belief, like the Irish Ogham, a form of divination, was influenced by the Nordic tradition, by the runic alphabet. That is my theory, right? You are proud to be Welsh. Thank you, So-So. We're glad to have you here. Yeah. To have a great day, our friend So-So. See the sauce. The sauce has all the mysteries. Yeah. Where the city of dead in relation to all this? The city of the dead is a graveyard in Waterdeep. That's all that it is. And there's always problems there, right? Let's see. You have a great day. Take care. Take care of yourself. Spiritual entertainment. I'm going to be here another 90 minutes, my friends, for your entertainment leisure, due to the good gracious of our super chat community here. Thank you so much for allowing me to stream here. Let's see. Good to see you. The Mormon black sheep. You are a Mormon black sheep. Yesterday, our Mormon friend here, we were talking about the new commercials of Mormon Church, the Latter-day Saints, and how they're using young females to seduce people into a religion. If you watch the new Mormon commercials, they make you, if you are a young man, you're going to look because it's designed to arouse you, right? What do you think about that for your church as a Mormon? Do you find that appropriate? Let's see here. The Norse tradition is interesting examples of the mythology reflecting the environmental changes, events wrought across time. Yeah, the Nordic tradition is quite beautiful. And in terms of modern pagans, there's a lot of material there. That's why Nordic pagans, I think, are the most popular. We even have in my druid group people who are Nordic pagan. Celtic paganism is really more of a reconstruction than anything, because there's not a lot there, right? In terms of the religion of our ancestors, most of it is gone, except for the bardic tradition, which you have still living today in Wales. The Welsh really have what is left of the old religion. That is the bardic tradition, which you could see at the Eisteddfod every year in northern Wales. The next Eisteddfod is next summer in July. Maybe Blake's going to go to that. That would be a wonderful experience. We aren't allowed to have a priesthood, so the neck turns, the head, access to the vessel. Yeah. Oh, we women. Oh, you are a woman. Yeah. Let's see here. The Vikings joined the Celts and combined faiths. Yeah. In terms of faith, it's really something that's a cultural expression. Like the way I serve Odin, for instance, if I'm a Nordic pagan, is not how the guy down the street in their tribe would do it. What's unfortunate, the way we look at paganism today of our ancestors and their mythology is it was all the same. And it was not, right? It was not. And that's important because there is no purity, right? There's no reason why Blake here, who has all of this Nordic tattoos and things, should not be able to have a cauldron of Ceridwen in his living room or something, right? There shouldn't be any purity in this creativity. It was all shared. There was no, this is better than the other. We must only do it this way. These are all Christian concepts that I think invade modern thought when it comes to ritual, right? Let's see here. You got Welsh tattoos as well. There you are. I'm only aware of your runic ones. That's that I'm aware. You bought a book on Celtic shamanism. I lost. It looks you like to have another one. What is Celtic shamanism? There is no historical truth beyond that. Shamanism is a modern invention that takes its face from various traditions in the way that they do their spiritual journeys. The idea of Celtic shamanism, where's the historical evidence for it? There is none. It is a reconstruction, and that's not bad. In my community, the Ovites are, these are the shamans. These are the ones that take the journeys to the other side. There's nothing wrong with defining it like that. But in terms of our ancestors, I mean, there is no evidence of shaman. Certainly druid. But to equate them always as shamans, there's no evidence for that, right? And these are important concepts that usually are given to us as absolutes. They're really not, right? Paganism is like fluid, open creativity. That's right. Modern paganism, and I'm not even a pagan. Now, Druidry falls under paganism. I don't worship any other gods. Like when I get together, we're getting together at Maybach, right? My druid friends, they like giving an offering to the earth goddess. I don't have a problem with it, right? Um, but the earth to me is a living reality. I don't have any problem with that at all. But I don't have like an altar in my home for the earth goddess, right? Uh, what religion was Jesus telling about people to rejoice against? I really believe, now, this is opinion. Everyone has an opinion on the history of the Christ. If they tell you it's not an opinion, they're lying to you. Because all we have are all these writings, and we have to make an opinion on it, right? Whether if he's even real is a question, right? It is an opinion. Certainly believe he was everything he said to be. That he was this person that helped people understand that they're just like him, that we are all children of the divine. I think he really taught that in his time and place. And he taught the infinite value of the human person. And that's why he was killed. Because the society did not say that all people have an infinite value. You only had value if on the top, if you were the successful one, if you had the prestige. That is the way the Roman Empire was designed. God, emperor. You down there, you are nothing. And what the Christians were doing, they were pissing off the establishment. And therefore they were being persecuted. Because they were taking the children out of they would throw their children away, right? They would throw their old people away. And the Christians would say, you have value. We're going to take care of you now. They were not going around saying, believe in Jesus. They were loving people like Jesus, like what Christians do today. Where are the ones loving you? They only love you if you do what they say, believe what you want. Where are the ones that are just loving you, right? Very rare to find them. We all have our opinions, right? Let's see here. Was Jesus sent here from Sophia? The idea being, the idea of Sophia, she was never not at the idea of being sent. She was here with him. You can find her in the mythology of Mary Magdalene. You can find Sophia in the Virgin Mary, the incarnation of Sophia, as one of my friends, Dr. Michael Martin, a Sophiologist, educated me on, that she is the incarnation, which is taboo, right? You'll find the church fathers that the Virgin Mary is the face of the feminine God. I mean, it's there. I mean, John Paul II taught it, right? People aren't ready to have God as a woman yet in Christianity. Let's see here. The Pepsi man is here. Oh boy. We got Pepsi's. Randy, you're staying with Jesus Christ. Well, what happens if you don't stay with him? Do you think he's going to leave you? He's going to abandon you? You're not really staying with Jesus. You're staying with your own perverted version of him. That you have to believe the right things. You have to do this and that, and therefore you have a Jesus. That's bullshit. Let's see here. It's beautiful there. Where am I at here? It's sad what the church has done to Jesus. Yeah, I agree. We live on war of the gods, playing on video games on earth. Is that how you see it? What a terrible experience of humanity. The gods to me are the people who help me to be all I can be. There's no war. The only war here is what we do. When we don't see, when we can't perceive what we are and who is with us. That is the only war I see. He sacrificed him to gain the pole position. Yeah, that's a terrible belief system. A God sacrifices Jesus to pay his own anger off. Yeah, that is a terrible, terrible belief system. You're wrong about me. I am. Well, educate me if I'm wrong. I am wrong sometimes. It's okay to be wrong. So educate me. Yeah. Crazy fox lover. You are tired of living in this world where gods and goddesses love children being harmed. They never answer your prayers. Well, they're not responsible for your children. You are. What are you doing about it? It's easy to whine about it and blame the stars and the gods, right? But what are you doing to help ease the burden of cancer? I mean, what are you spending your money on? Snacks? While people are, and if you have a cause, that you feel compelled to follow, don't blame the gods. You are responsible here. Humans don't want to take responsibility. We want to pass it off. It's God's fault. It's devil's fault. No, we are the ones responsible here. There's no gods or devils here. It's our responsibility. We are co-operators. We guide the ship. Yeah. Mormons don't know they pay the whole group of gods according to first place right now. Being cynical goes so far. Yeah. So much of the things Jesus said and saw, version of, I think, apples to all humans. It's not how he saw it, it's what you see. That's how you understand it, our friend. You spend money on the bots next to, yeah, I appreciate that, right? I do make a living because of the generosity of the people here, right? If you did not support me, I would be doing prostitution again. So I thank you for that. Let's see here. Do I herd sheep? Metaphorically. I have 8 kids. No. Take care, Red. You'll be on Discord. All right. Have a good day, our good friend. Join our Discord server. You see that join button down there? You buy me a coffee. Small, medium, large, just one time. And you're forever on our Discord server. Now, I'd like you to continue to buy me the coffees every month, but you don't have to. And we have a wonderful community of pagans, atheists, Christian, Muslim, Jews, self-proclaimed deities, Bigfoot, and all the gang, all getting along under the banner of spiritual. You even have Satan on under the banner of spiritual entertainment. We are glad that you're here, Ed. Kimberly Murphy, nice to see our good friend. What happens to you, not the God's fault. It's how nature's path. We live in a chaotic reality, but we have the power to bring order to it through our creativity, right? We're like living in a volcano, right? And we have the responsibility to build the asbestos clothing. And that's what we've been doing as a species, right? We've been learning to find what is best, what is good. We're doing better. We're not where we should be yet, right? We don't have a humanity that is self-sustaining yet. That mythology of resurrection has not happened yet, right? But we are going somewhere. We're going somewhere nice in terms of our species, right? It's not always fun getting there. Suffering is no fun, right? But it's not the end of the story. The beauty is the end of the story. You started, David, you did what? You calling whales instead of whales? Oh, shit, camera lady's got her wand out. Oh, my, there's black magic here in the chat. Watch out. Oh, dark powers being summoned there. Oh, my. I'm going to watch camera lady's wand tonight when she is doing all kinds of things into a dark deity known as the Poopert. What an evil being, conjuring all kinds of darkness. Around 3:30 p.m., right? Around there. I'll be there at 4 myself. But Camera Lady, thank you for what you do. Camera Lady has a wonderful way of telling story, a wonderful way of sharing her life, right? If you watch her videos like Dear Diary, I mean, this is professional, well done material that really helps get into your heart to hear her side of the things. Camera Lady, you have a wonderful gift. Please continue to use it. you're going to take 3 to 10 years for the earth to reset. Oh, that's going to be fun. Rich, what do I think of Aleister Crowley? I think he's an asshole. Yeah, he hurt people and animals to get to his power. I don't care for him, and it grieves me when young people, they get involved in the New Age and the occult. Oh, Aleister Crowley, I got a boner. He's evil. He was terrible, right? He used the knowledge for dark. Yeah. Let's see. It's Wednesday already. Yes, it is. Do I believe in God as our creator? I believe in science. There is no creator. We have always been here. Now, creativity, certainly. We are the divine imagination. But the idea of having an origin, there's no evidence for it anymore. Science has demonstrated that the universe has always been here, that you have always been here in some form or capacity. You are stardust, right? You are the things of immortality, and you're going to continue to be here, right? So I don't believe in a creator. Deity to me is like us, always creating. There's never a point when there's not something being made, some type of creativity happening. That's how I understand divinity. I dance over my burning pentacle and worship Lord Beelzebub. Thank you, Stephen. We are serving Lord Beelzebub today, doing all kinds of immoral acts here in the chat. With Beelzebub, your ex signed up for the Golden Dog and it went to shit, researching Nancy Drew. And Nancy Drew was a fun series, right, back in the day. Anybody have those little books? Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, right? I watched all the movies and stuff with my kids. That was some good material, right? Hardy Boys. I had all of those little Hardy Boys hardcover blue books that I got from my grandmother. My grandmother was a librarian, so she'd give us books all the time. But I was illiterate. Where are we at here? Humans, the Constitution here. The universe was eternal. The universe is eternal. That is a scientific fact. There's not been one Big Bang. There's been infinite. Contraction, expansion is the scientific truth of the universe. There's never been a point of origin for it. Now get your head around that. If you are a theist, right? I certainly know that there's divinity. I experience it. This idea of always creating, I think, makes deity greater than having one time made shit. Right? The only reason why people hold on to this, we are one time and we started, is because of the Abrahamic faiths. Right? Not even Hinduism. There's always cycles that keep going on. Right? Hinduism is closer. If you look at Hinduism and some of their lore and mythology, there's a lot of science in there, right? Gen X was raised on books. I'm Gen X, and I was illiterate. I didn't start really reading till I was 20, unfortunately. Gen X was mostly raised on television and latchkey kids. If you were Gen X, you got left home more than the children do today, right? You grew up on TV dinners, and TV basically is your teacher. The facts of life was giving you the facts of life. Anybody remember that TV show, The Facts of Life? Does anyone remember, this was 6th grade, the Bad Boy Club? Remember the T-shirts and the stickers with the guy with the fist? The Bad Boy Club. Anyone remember that? My son brought that to my attention this morning. You see your point about this? Absolutely, yeah. Hindus, they are my number one of the most subscribed to my channel, Hindus. 20% of my audience is Hindu. For whatever reason. I don't know why I'm making it big over in India. I'd say at least 50,000 of my subscribers are Indians. I'm just going to guess, right? Because I see them on here all the time. All the time. The Babysitter Club, yep. You remember this song, but not the show? Yeah. The Facts of Life. It had these ladies who were going to a boarding school. Mrs. Garrett was running them. You had Joe, the butch lesbian lady that was closeted, and all of the other girls. Blair, who I think she's like a Christian fundamentalist now, right? Blair. Let's see. If you don't believe in anything, what's this? Yeah. What is he saying here? Let me scroll back here. Pagan, if you don't believe in anything, you fall for anything. To me, a fool of human. No, people that make believe fall for anything. That for me, Randy, you are a make believer. You have no evidence for your beliefs. You are told you must believe these things, and you'll be rewarded for it. That's called make believe. You are a fool here. Your Bible says, "Blessed are those who believe and don't see; they will be blessed." That's a big scam. Now, I did that to you. Will you believe that this is your God? Blessed are those who believe in the pole here and don't see. You would say bullshit. But when your religion, it's your faith, right? Believing is for children. I know God. I don't need to believe in it. Yeah. Now, when it comes to trying to define the experience of God, you have, opinions and beliefs. But that's all they are. They're not substance, right? Bro is world famous. Reggie, you think so? Gen Z has no clue. You don't think so? Yeah. The millennials turned everything to shit, right? Some of you, my little brother's a millennial, right? So I'm always making fun of him. Let's see here. Where am I at? Reality is shifting, is it? What if it's the idea of reality shifting? What's the point of origin? Where does that reality begin? Green Knight Tales. Believing something different than someone else doesn't mean you believe nothing. Exactly. Our good friend Green Knight Tales. You know what? I watched a YouTube video of him. He's got his beautiful chest out with his tattoo, talking about Lord of the Rings. If you're a gay man, you'll love it. Or maybe a lady as well, right? We really appreciate our friend Green Knight Tales stopping. He's always got wonderful things on his channel. So go check him out. Always this beautiful lore of Lord of the Rings, right? And he's a real knight. Yeah. Hi, humans. Good to see you. The 5-3, the kid. You're about to restart the universe. Let's do that shit. Let's do it. You knew God is real? Too much to explain? Well, how do you know? Just because a book tells you, is that evidence? Now, for me, God is a reality because I experience it. And because I experience that, I live a certain way and I talk a certain way. There's no obligation for you to adhere to my experience. If you find value in it, that's wonderful, right? I experience, believing to me is a waste of time when it comes to committing your life to something. If I did not experience divinity, I would not be here, right? I wouldn't be doing this. That's very important. It's not a belief system. It's something that is here, that I cannot deny it. I live it. I touch it. I sense it. Let's see. You want to give me $20 for whatever you want me to do? You're the brothers of millennial as well? Yeah. During the apocalypse, Gen X will ride bike and go fishing, basically. Yeah. And listen to Run DMC. Yeah. We should all have tree houses like Ewoks. You're right, my friend. You're right. It is the best way of living. One more hour to go, my friends. Thanks to the generosity of our super chatters, they have allowed for you to have an extra hour of the BOD. This has been good. We've been doing this daily now. It's been very beneficial, right? Having this extra hour. I think I'm going to sit down for this next hour because my back hurts. So it is time to take up the throne with you, my friends, to enjoy the rest of our hour here in a state of leech. The Beastie Bus. That's for you. Intergalactic, baby. For me, divinity exists, at least partially, in a way transcends accessible. Well, think about this idea of other realms. What keeps you from going there? Why are you forbidden from these realms? Wouldn't it be more appropriate to think of the way the world hermeticists do? It's all about, growing into, perceiving, participation, rather than something inaccessible. The idea of an inaccessible reality is not real. The idea of transcendence that does not leave your human experience is more appropriate to me than having to die to go to another world, right? A throne would be sick. Oh, that might be a good investment. Have a throne fund for people. Yeah, this chair that I'm on last year, by the good graces of our community, you paid for this chair. One of our community members, which is a friend in real life, there lives just in the next town. Him and his brother, they're good friends of mine for the past, since like 1999. We've been good friends. He gave a lot of money for me to buy a chair. So because the chair I was on sucked. This chair that I have now is really helpful for my arthritis. So thanks to the generosity of people, I have this wonderful chair that I'm sitting on now for my old ass body. Yeah. Your family is like Star Wars characters. Yeah, my family's like the Star Wars bossy. That's what you get when you come to my house, right? All kinds of fun. Yeah. You're not sure the way you don't disagree. Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to agreeing with me, I don't require you to. You could say I'm full of shit. Doesn't bother me. I'm just an entertainer. I'm not a teacher. I am someone here. If you want to have a conversation, I will have a conversation with you. I am merely an entertainer. Egg salad is nasty. Oh my. Especially gas station. Is Yumi here? Is our Pokemon master is here? Yumi Luna Rose, our Pokemon master, has arrived, telling us the tales of Pikachu. Yumi Luna, we got all kinds of masters, right? We got the masters of the universe. We got our Pokemon masters here. We got all kinds of people for your entertainment leisure in our community. Join our community. You see the join button? You see it down there? Buy me a coffee, and you will have access to our Discord server where you can do Pokemon games with the Pokemon Master here. You like bouncing perspectives, but I appreciate you. We're glad to have you. Fan-made music. What type of music do you make? Are you a musician? We have lots of musicians that are here, right? Anything from the gas station is gross. Yeah, I would agree. Except for the hot dogs at racetrack or the pizza there. My kids love racetrack pizza. Yeah. Does anyone have any of the racetrack pizza? You love playing Pokemon with Yumi. So Brando, you play Pokemon together with our Pokemon master Yumi Luros. Yeah. As a Jewish man with the Star of David, do you control the weather? Yeah, we have. I'm a sorcerer. I'm a Geiju sorcerer. As you can see, the Star of David here. So certainly I control the weather. That's why it's so hot, right? Because all of my homosexual desires are at peak in the summertime. And so we have heat waves all around the world because of my homosexuality lived out in my sorcery as a Jewish man. Oh, yeah, you never know what kind of questions you're going to get here, right? Have I seen X-Men 97? I've seen all of the X-Men movies. Yeah. My favorite X-Men is, of course, Captain Picard. He is as Professor X. He was the best one, and Gandalf as Magneto. Right? That was the best one when Gandalf was Magneto. Right? The other ones are good as well. Right? The ones are good as well. You seen a fly running on a hot dog at the gas station roller? Oh my! So it was your fault I had my chest out. Yeah, I'm like, oh, look at that. That's going to drive a lot of people's desires, right? It's your fault I got an erection, damn it. It's all your fault. You had all of my homosexuality. I wasn't interested in you talking about the three rings of the Lord of the Rings there. It was all about your chest. Yeah. Beam me up, Scotty Thomas. Oh, man. X-Men is a great story. It is. Yeah. It's interesting that they keep going back to it, right? And the world keeps expanding, right? You see some of the TV shows. It was a really good X-Men TV show. What was it? In the 2000s. That was really well done about this time of oppression with people with powers. I can't remember what it was called, but it was really well done. First X-Men trilogy was very good. You enjoyed that one. Yeah. You have a face carved into it so it never forgets you. Your backside, you have carved your face in it. So when you look in the mirror, it smiles at you. Hi. Have I studied acting? No, it comes naturally to me. I am a natural theatrical person. I haven't had some people studying it is wonderful. I've never had that opportunity. I learned how to act by playing Dungeons and Dragons. That is why I've learned theater. That's why I've learned voice acting. That's why I learned to become other people, to method act, all by playing Dungeons and Dragons. So it is a natural experience for me to do acting. Come for the thirst trap, stay for the law. That's what he's doing. He's using his sexuality to lure you in, right? For his channel there. A lot of people do that, right? We're talking about that just the other day. What was funny, we're talking about how you have these people like talking about their spirituality with their boobies out, right? You see that what I'm talking about, those streams? She wants to talk to you about witchcraft. I'm not interested in witchcraft. Your breasts are talking to me now, right? I don't care what you're saying, right? You know what I'm talking about, these YouTube streams where they're talking to you about their religion and their boobs are there in the screen, right? I don't care about your religion now. It is superficial to me. That's what I'm watching. There's no substance there, right? What was funny is we were talking about this topic, and now in my feed, I'm seeing all breasts, right? With religious people. I showed my wife, look at, she's teaching me about witchcraft, this lady here. Do you see the witchcraft there? It's all in her boobs, right? It's sad, that we have to do that, right? That we really don't have anything to offer people. We parrot things, right? We don't think people will be interested in what we have to say unless we show them our penis or breasts or something, right? So, flame drop. The Mormon ad with the young ladies, exactly. Yeah, the Mormon's like, you're not going to be interested in our church anymore. Let's make commercials that will give you a boner, right? Take you to the apothecary, Adam Hawkins. You are ready to brew some potions here. Yeah. She's got her glamour on. Exactly. She's doing her craft on, right? Watch Superbook for the final battle. Oh my, that's classic Christian cartoons. Superbook. Now, I was a Christian, so all of my children watched all of that bullshit, right? I got my kids like comic book Bibles when they were younger. The Superbook, very boring cartoon. Oh, let's see. You love this community and you're glad you have found the Bard's streams. Well, we appreciate you being here, Red. We really do. It's good to have people to talk to every day, right? When I first started doing this, I was like the only one here talking to all of my voices in my head. Now I can talk to real people. Or maybe you're not real. What? Oh, never mind them. You're an ex-Mormon. Oh, we thought you were a real Mormon. You're an ex-Mormon, right? You know, if I was a Mormon, like I always tell people, I mean, you can't beat that deal of getting a planet with all the women you want to populate. The Muslims don't have shit on the Mormons. Muslims, you get 70 virgins. Mormons, you get a planet of all the ladies you want. I mean, well, you can't beat that deal, right? As a Jewish man, where do you keep the space lasers? In my pants, right? You appreciate the lonely young fellows who scream, that's where you can find a trad wife. Yeah, trad wives, there's no substance. The trad movement is all an illusion, right? When I was a clergyman, when these people came to our churches, because their liturgies weren't good enough, so they come to the Eastern Church. They were still assholes, right? It's never good enough for them. I had a friend. Well, he's probably not my friend anymore now that I'm a heathen, right? But his church burnt down, and it was filled with all of these traditional people. So the priest puts, all that's left is the parish hall. So they started doing their masses in the parish hall. All the beautiful architecture was gone. So what does his parishioners do? They abandon the church, and they go to a different church that has better architecture. What a bunch of assholes, right? We are real about figments of your imagination. Probably. I've lost my damn mind. I don't care. It's gone. I'm bonkers. Yeah. All my different personalities are talking to me now. You are not Jewish. Don't tell them that. They think this is the Star of David. So don't tell them that, right? Yeah. You like Satan, Red? Yeah. We have Satanists in our community, right? The modern trad movement is mostly just a bunch of online chronic procrastinators. Yeah, living in an illusion, right? What happens when you take the idea of trad wife? What if you take that traditional reality out of them? What's left? Why do you love people for persons rather than for what they can produce for you, right? That's why marriages fall apart, right? Because you expect this illusion of this person that they could never hold up to, right? It's sad when marriages sometimes don't work out. What's sad is you're getting married to the person for what they can produce for you. That's guaranteed not to last, right? Have you ever heard the Bible is bullshit? I've trademarked that. You know. Where do I get ginger haired? Come from original? I don't know. From Werner's, maybe? I don't know. Is Werner still around? Werner's is still around, right? For some people. You wish you had a trad wife? Yeah. I want a wife who's going to love me. That's what I want. Love me unconditionally, right? You know, I know not everyone has been able to have that, but I'm very grateful that me and my wife, we do everything together. We joined the church together. We left the church together. We have one mind, right? That is very helpful and beneficial to have someone that shares your experience, that adores you for you, right? Let's see. Thank you, Timer Drifter. It's a good song. What song is that? I don't remember what was it. Create safety and stability, and you will receive love from your woman. That isn't. If I have to create an environment for you to love me, that's not love, right? Look, the gift of membership has been given out by our wonderful friend, Found. Timer Drifter, now you have access to a members-only tab on my page where you can join our Discord server and have a good time with us, right? Yeah, young people, it's hard to love the other person unconditionally. That takes a lot of time, right? It takes years, right? It took me about 20 years in my marriage to come to a place. Now, I certainly loved my wife, and I did my best to love her. But I don't think I really started loving her unconditionally to 20 years in the marriage, where I made a decision. I'm just going to love her. I don't care if she wants to love me back the way I want. I'm just going to love her. About the same time, I think we both came to this place together where we were both ready to look at the other person and say, I'm just going to love you. I don't care. Right? To be able to truly give yourself to that other person in unconditional love. It takes a long time for people to do that. Right? I'm glad you are married, Bart. Yeah. Going on 27 years in October. Yeah. Yeah. It's 30 years for you. 30 years for you. What do you want to do? You want me to do what with you? You want me to do something to your feet? I don't understand the context of your sexual desire there. Is that true love? I don't care. True love is loving someone unconditionally. Like now that doesn't mean you let them walk all over you. Like, for instance, if my wife chose to be in infidelity, I would still love her, but I won't be sharing the same bed chambers with her, right? I'm still committed to, I'm still going to love her. It's a choice to make that. That's how God is to me. God has decided, I don't care, I'm going to love you unconditionally. You don't have to do anything to earn it. You don't have to do anything to return it. You don't have to do anything to deserve it. It is a choice to say, you are that important to me that I'm going to love you unconditionally, right? It takes a long time to learn how to do that. Because we talk about these things like we didn't know any better. Nobody taught us that. Nobody told us about sexuality. That for us, learning that sexuality is a life giving. I'm giving my life to you. I'm not just using you to get off, right? I'm giving myself to you in this act of intimacy, right? It took a long time. We didn't have any manuals for that. I mean, we had the Kuma Sutra, but that's all positions, right? It takes great maturity to say, this body is for you only. Take it. I want to love you with it, right? Can I do a backflip? Give me $20. All right. You're feeling hungry? You need to go get a snack. Thank you for being here, our friend. We're going to be another 40 minutes, and then I'll be coming back to you around 6 p.m. East Standard Time to play Space Marines 2 with some of our community members here. There'll be 11 p.m. UK time with Blake and ELP tonight. Your grandmother came to me and told me your dad's health is poor. I flew in first class and we reconnected. But that's a good thing that you are able to do that, right? Reconcile with people. Very important for healing. You're waiting for my command? Give me $20. That's my command. Yeah. No one told me that larger women don't care if you achieve back or not. Yeah. When someone loves you unconditionally, it doesn't matter what you look like anymore, right? The person can get car accident. When you love someone unconditionally, that's it. It doesn't matter what happens to the other person with their looks, right? If you are married for a long time, you're not going to look like you did. I weighed 167 pounds when I got married. I'm 210 pounds right now. My wife loves me for who I am, right? Learning to foster a healthy relationship Respect boundaries is a bad thing you can learn in your experience. Yeah. Forgiveness is a big deal too for successful relationships. To understand that someone's going to piss you off, right? When I got married, my mother-in-law said, "Do not go to bed angry. Forgive. Work it out before you go to bed every night." That's a challenging thing to do for a lot of people, right? You want to hold on, right? If you hold on, it's going to hurt you, not the other person, really, just you, right? Take care, Reggie. Take care of yourself. Ramsey II was redheaded. You heard that before? I don't know. You saw some of those recreations of mommies that you could find online, that you could see the patterns and the colors of their hair, right? Ashley, our wonderful Roman Catholic friend, good to see you. We're doing great. Thank you, Ashley, for being here. Yeah. Randy, praying does help in life, certainly. Moments of reflection, moments of getting together, of intimacy with your family, leads to great health. If you're not having moments where you get together, it does cause instability. So moments of prayer is very healthy. Moments of meditation, moments of celebration. I shared. We talked about this topic the other day. Matt Damon is, his buddy Ben Affleck divorced many, many times. So they're asking, how are you married to the same woman? Because we eat dinner together every day, right? Very important. These moments of intimacy, of conversation, right? For health of relationships, right? Let's see. All prayers are answered. Yeah. What's wrong with Christians is, they'll tell you, if you don't pray, you're not going to thrive, right? That is inappropriate. Prayer is an opportunity. It is not something that you have to do in order to have success, right? That is a big scam, right? It's not real when you're doing it, because you have to have this moment, right? Letting go of anger, that's good stuff, certainly, yeah. You're welcome. Believing live helps praying too, yeah. It's prayer, really. Is it a moment when you're asking for things? I mean, where does the lines blur when you are a spiritual entity, right? Isn't your whole life supposed to be prayer? Intimacy shared with others, with God, right? Why does it have to be reduced to certain rituals and conversations? To me, this is prayer. The divinity is fully here, engaging with us in the intimacy of conversation. That is prayer to me. You are sick. You got too hot yesterday. Well, I'm sorry that you're struggling, Ashley. Our prayers are with you. We hope that you get better, our friend. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. The Owen symbol from our friend Zergzeg. Where did the word Christ come from? That is an old Hebrew Greek term. The anointed translated into Greek word Christ, anointed. Yeah. This would taste a whole lot better if you weren't getting robbed of your cheddar. What do you want to? You want to rub me in cheese sauce now? You want to eat me up? What kind of perversions are out here? You want to put me in your cheese bowl like I'm nachos something and eat me up? Let's see here. Where are we at? Hope you and your family are well. Thank you, Randy. We appreciate you. RPGs, my friend, tonight. We're going to be here another 30 minutes, but tonight I'll be back at 6 p.m. Space Marines 2, where you can hear my love for the Emperor in its fullest expression. Preaching, singing hymns to the golden throne. I get into I have this character that I get into that's badly in love intimately with the emperor, and you get to see it. It's fun. Yep. Bye, Red. Take care of yourself. Archaeology has found red and blonde-haired mummies in Egypt with Celtic hawks on the necks. Yeah, the Celts got around, right? The Celts weren't just in United Kingdom; they were all over the world, right? I remember I saw this map in Celtic Studies, where Celtic origins, and they had them like in the Middle East. I'm like, wow, that's interesting, right? There's the imperial insignia there, the wonderful head, the skull head there. We have emojis for the emperor. Let's see. You're just chatting bullshit. You don't know nothing of everything. It's always fun to do. It's always fun to do. You turn your back on life, imaginary human created myths and gods. Don't interfere in your daily life. You have to work yourself right. Know oneself, right? See, I think that deities help us, but they don't dominate us. When the sun doesn't shine, it's not God's fault. The sun's not shining. It's what you're doing now, because the sun, you are forced in this place of creativity. Well, maybe I need to come up with new ideas and how to navigate my farm now, right? You work with the nature, right? It's not the deity's fault. That's how our ancestors was always God, right? And it's unfortunate that people still think that way, especially Christians. Their God still needs to be appeased, right? I think you're going to love my new video. Yeah, our good friend Blake, go check his videos out. He's making videos about Wales, its history, its culture. Go check his channel out there. I'll watch it after though here, my friend. Yep. You just had a really pretty moth land on you. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, moths can be very beautiful. Some of them are quite deadly, right? Some of them can be very harmful to you, so you have to be careful when you're playing with the bugs, right? Some of them aren't very nice. Fan the Butterfly is telling you to join our community. Yes, join us. Join our community. Go to the join button down there. For the price of a cup of coffee, think about that. You have the best community where we do all kinds of fun things together and have a good time in the chat every day. I talk to people every morning I'm here. I've only missed 3 days in the whole year that I've been here. I've streamed every day for a year, right? Oh my, the whales are whales joke. There's an argument to be made that the Jews hijacked Abrahamism. Well, there's all kinds of arguments you can make up, right? Blake lives inside a whale. Oh, damn. He's like, what? Why do Americans do that to me all the time, right? Oh, let's see here. Maddie's, good to see you, Maddie. Good to have you here. You want to be a nonconformist. In your opinion, has been best. Can non-conform? But it depends on how you're conforming, right? When you're conforming, where you no longer have a voice, you no longer have creativity, you will become a slave, right? There's nothing wrong with building a community, having values, having teachings, doctrines, things, right? It's how you are emphasizing that, right? Where people lose their creativity. That's not a healthy thing, right? When you become enslaved to a community, you're no longer part of a community. You're just a cog in a wheel, right? You're a cog in a big machine. The Slave to the Grind, Skid Row's album. Anybody have that one, Slave to the Grind? About the best song they had on was Monkey. That's when Skid Row didn't have the hits anymore. Their album before that was Kick Ass, but after that, some of their magic was gone. Any Skid Row fans out there, right? Let's see here. You wish, Bart, what are your thoughts on the Episcopalian Christianity? It's a lot better than others because they have female clergy, right? Um, the female, what's wrong with Episcopalianism is they give them the men's t-shirt. Like the clergy shirt is not like like one of those unisex bathrooms. I don't like that. I think Episcopalian priests should be called mother, and they should wear beautiful things that reflect maternity, right? It's still a man's religion, right? I would love it if Episcopalian ladies that are clergy would wear beautiful things that reflect maternity, right? You do have that in the Armenian Orthodox Church, for instance. They kept a female diaconate preserved in their monastic tradition. And if you go Google female diaconate Armenian, I mean, these women are beautiful. They have these beautiful veils on. I mean, they don't look like men. I mean, that's the problem. Like, are you a butched lesbian or are you a mother? Right? I can't tell. Get the clergy shirts off. Get something beautiful on to reflect divine maternity. Right? That's the problem I have with Episcopalians. Right? And they have all kinds of problems, right? The Anglican Church. They don't know what their message is anymore. They want to educate you on social norms rather than spirituality. Right? It's going into the toilet. Natalie is here, our Reiki master. Good to have you here for your entertainment leisure in the morning. And Natalie had a beautiful, beautiful thing yesterday on her channel, Rose and Rook. Wonderful oracle readings, very encouraging, right? Our good friend Natalie here. No person should lecture others from a pedestal. You should encourage people from the pedestal. That's very important. If you have been given a pedestal, it's to inspire, to encourage, right? Rather than to control, to dominate, to manipulate. That's a very important thing, right? That you when you have a religious community, right? Nothing says divine maternity like the sisters of battle for the emperor. You're right? What's unfortunate, Christianity has not been very healthy when it comes to their female clergy, right? The male priesthood thing's been great, but there needs to be beautiful ladies showing divine maternity. I think that's very healthy and needed, right? If you have a female clergyman to reflect that, if you are a liturgical church, and like I said, the Armenian Orthodox Church, you look at their female diaconate. I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, there's no confusion. The clergy shirt, as I said, it's not a unisex bathroom. It's designed for men, right? But that's my opinion. You might think it's bullshit, but you asked for my opinion, I give it to you. Help others with their own truth, but don't lecture yours. Well, the idea of your own truth, we are all share in a unity, and we all have a way of bringing out that unity. We're all on the same path. The idea that there's everyone's own path, well, that goes nowhere. We should be trying to get on the same road because that road is already here, right? And there's diversity and unity is very important, right? You have your truth, I have my truth. Well, what happens in the end? There's nothing happening at all. There's no unity, right? We should have conversations. We should engage in dialogue, right? To have a better way of perceiving this journey that we're all on together, right? To refine it, to make it more user-friendly for all, right? Moby Dick is here. Oh my. The word Christian comes from the Cretans, use of the Isle of Crete. Really? I never heard that before. We all have our own eyes, our own feelings, our own spirit, and we all have the same humanity. We are one humanity. No man is an island. We are one species. We share in the same humanity, and we all do it in a unique way, but not in a way where I am no longer human. Right? It's very important that we try to work together, that we try to get along. Right? My DoorDash order is here. Okay, I'll send my kids. DoorDash is here. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. You know, it was funny. We got it. We get DoorDash pizzas every now and then, right? And they say stuff in the text. This lady, she was really milking it. Today, your tips go to helping mothers. I am homeless, and also today it's my birthday. This is what I got on my last DoorDash. I'm like, lady, really? I mean, I give a tip, obviously, but all of this guilt trip was there, right? But this lady trying to make it. It's not only she is helping abused people, she is homeless, and it's her birthday. Now, what's funny is I have a son. He has autism, and we still go trick or treating together. And he would do these scams. He would go on YouTube to research ways to find how to get more candy. So what he did last time, he would go around saying, "It's my birthday today," right? To get, he wanted to tell people he had autism. I'm like, you're not going to do that. But my wife won't let him say it's his birthday anymore to get more candy. It's like, you stop doing that. Stop scamming people, right? He researched all these ways in order to get sympathy for more candy, and I was very proud of him for his ingenious activity. But my wife said, no, you can't do that. It's okay not to be religious if you hate religions. Yeah. Tristan, good to see you. Thank you, Ashley. I hope you feel better, our friend. Good vibes coming your way. May you find the healing you need. You don't hate religions, and I don't think many here do either. It just doesn't find it helpful anymore to be mind control. Yeah, that's when we speak of religion. Most of us have experienced, I would say here, being controlled by religion. Religion by itself as a philosophy is not bad. It's the institutional religions that have been very harmful to our experience, right? As Natalie is telling you there, right? The guy who sells the soul to the devil, why Bart? You need Jesus. Why Satan? How do you know I've sold my soul to the devil? Here we go. This person is controlled, right? They're making shit up, basically. You shall not bear false witness is a commandment, but because it's convenient to them. See, Christians are only following their religion when it's convenient for them to do so. And here's a prime example, right, of someone who is making shit up about me, that I've sold my soul to Jesus, to the devil, and I've forsaken Jesus. It's utter nonsense and bullshit, right? How does it feel to be a liar? Isn't the devil the father of lies, Mr. Christian man? What is your name? John the gamer? The devil is the father of lies, and you are doing his work. How does it feel to serve the devil, right? I'm not slandering you. I'm pointing out it from your own religion, what you're doing. You're serving the devil yourself by slandering me, because I'm not doing Christianity the way you want me to, right? Because I'm not enslaved like you, right? You never know who's going to answer when you speak in the abyss. Yeah, what's going on in there, right? Yeah, cowbell would be fun. Where do you want to type? You know what's funny? When I learning about Hinduism and learning about some of their traditions, that certain people devote themselves to Shiva. They go out and live in the caves and stuff. A very austere, ascetic lifestyle where they wear no clothes. You can find, I forgot what they're called, these gentlemen. They have devoted themselves to Shiva. All they do is walk around with the trident and they're butt naked and they live in the caves. And they'll have like ornaments on their body. And a lot of them, they put ornaments on their penis. And this was so funny to see this Hindu man. He's got a little bell on the tip of his penis. I thought it was so cute. I couldn't stop laughing, right? I mean, that takes devotion. You get naked and live in a cave, right? For Shiva. These people are very revered. I mean, that's one of those revered traditions in Hinduism. I forgot what they're called. I mean, I want a little ringing bell for my wiener. It's like something fine on the Christmas tree. Tie it on my penis. Yeah. You are the devil, Atish? Yeah. Snake, bang guy, very true. Jesus would be the best cowbell player ever. Oh no. I bring that after the context of my statement. All right. Yeah. A lot of those Christians have hatred. Yeah. Pulled the universe on him. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Yeah. Some of these assholes, when they come on here, they don't know that I probably know their religion better than they do. I spent 30 years of my life dedicated to it. And these little children here, when they were still in diapers, I was reading the Bible. And they come on here and try to get a one-up on me. I don't think so. Homie, don't play it. Right? Oh, my. I need to link the video for research purposes. You want to see the little bells on Venus, do you? Yeah. More cowbells for Venus. Jesus loves you, Chris. I bet he does. Yeah. You are learning about Saint Benedict. Recently, he lived in a cave for years. People begged him to come back. He was so strict. Yeah, he is the father of modern monasticism. And you will find they try to kill their own people. Like Saint John of the Cross was like one of the greatest Western mystics. They tried to kill him. He lived in a jail cell, right? They tortured him. His own people. Isn't that pathetic? He was what's called a discalced Carmelite. He wore no shoes. That's what it meant, a discalced Carmelite. And out of all of his pain, all of this beautiful poetry, I mean, he followed the theology. Some of it's crazy as hell. I read like the ascent of Mount Carmel. I read it like infinite amount of times. It's very, very beautiful. But his own people tried to kill him. Because basically he said, you can be close to God too. Right? And they weren't. Another interesting thing is in Christian history in the East, Saint Simeon, the new theologian, he was persecuted in his own monastery because he was telling the people in his monastery, they were saying you don't get the Holy Spirit until you're no longer of this world. Because if you don't have the Holy Spirit now, you're not going to get it in the next life. He was telling Christians that they basically needed the Spirit, and they didn't like that. Yeah, right. American Maker, our good friend, he is healing, he is overcoming his surgeries, he is surviving. Glad to see you thriving again, my neighbor. American Maker, good to have you here again. Glad you're doing better. You're struggling certainly probably with your surgery, but you're able to stream now. He's back streaming again. Our good friend American Maker. They tortured him because they didn't like the way he was doing the religion. Torture in Christianity was accepted, right? Now they torture you now, but not in the same way, right? They'll try to harm you now through insults, through tearing you down, condemning you. They can't get away with the physical torture anymore because people don't put up with that shit anymore, right? We are not holy, we debate, we fight. Yeah, if you're holy, people would like to see what you have to say. When you're not holy, what do you have to do? You have to prove everything, right? Let's see here. Always positive. It helps. Yeah, come at me. Exactly. Yeah, they get there. That's what Christianity is. Its main face today is baiting, because they have no substance. They have nothing to offer the world. They have to convince you that God is real. I mean, why can't God do it himself? Right? Saint Esther, his girlfriend to carry away the poison bread. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting mythology of the saints, right? Uh, Screaming was the evil spirits leaving the body. Ah! Yeah. I shouldn't force my perspective on others so much. Yeah, you should invite them into it. Uh, when you invite someone in your perspective, they don't have to agree with you, right? You share your perspective. It is an invitation. And if they like it, they will stay around. That's how religion should be given to people, I think. Like, here, this is some good stuff. You want it? I don't care. I mean, it's there for you if you want it. You find it helpful? Hang out, right? Do I know anything about the Mormon religion? Um, they have great parties, Mormons. Yeah, we talked a lot about Mormons earlier today. You get your own planet with all the women you want. I mean, that's the best party you can ever have in terms of heaven. The Mormons have the best heaven. Let's admit it. If you're a man, not too much if you're a lady. The Mormon heaven is the best kind of heaven, right? Um, there's nothing to prove other than nothing, withering everything. Yeah. Nothing matters. Everything matters. Well, that's not what we. The idea that nothing matters. I mean, that's dumb, right? Yeah, you sharing something with somebody, you wouldn't share it if it didn't have value to you. It's how you're sharing that matters. Right? South Park taught you about Mormonism. Oh my, yeah, they're always getting in trouble on the South Park, right? I never watched South Park because I was a Christian at the time. Saint Germain was an interesting lad. Was he even real? Saint Germain. I hear about the Saint Germain a lot. Was he even a real person? Um, they are sons of bitches. Who's that? You are dead. What do you when you die? What are you trying to prove, Ricky? Ricky Spanish is here. He's got a boner again with his irrelevant philosophy once again, annoying the shit out of us once again, trying to get a one up here. It's not happening, Ricky. Yeah, you probably remember him from a few nights ago, Ricky Spanish. Yeah, trying to get one up on us. If this is the same person, I'm assuming it is. Oh, let's see here. The Latter-day Saints are bad. You don't like them, right? You think the afterlife can be achieved by decomposing? Right. You know, it's an interesting subject. I was talking about with my daughter yesterday. If you get in a plane wreck on a mountain like that movie, and everyone dies, would it be wrong for you to eat the bodies that are dying? Right. That's an interesting conversation. That people have about survival. Right. Now, certainly, a mother would do anything to get their children to live. Right. That is a maternal perspective. That a mother would do that shit. She would say, "Here, I want you to live." Right. I remember one time hearing the story of there was these earthquakes in Mexico, and a father and son had been trapped, and the son is dying of thirst. So he cuts his hand open and gives his blood to the child to quench his thirst. I mean, that's an interesting conversation, right? The body. I mean, it's not like it's less sacred. We for druidry, we give our we are part of the cycle of nature. You offer up yourself so that nature can continue to grow and thrive, right? As for Christian people, that's a taboo. So that's an interesting conversation. How do you feel about that? Jesus Christ is Lord. I don't care. You're omnipresent. Yes, good for you. You're going to boil water from the stream and make some tea. Well, thank you for spending some time with us. We got 10 more minutes, my friends. And then I'll be returning back to you tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for gaming. We do gaming here in the evenings. Your mother wouldn't? Yeah. You have to understand that mothers do anything when it comes to the survival of their children. Most mothers, I would say. Some, the nature of maternity, you want your children to thrive at any cost. They'll work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, so that you can have a good life. That's how I understand maternity, right? They'll do anything for their children to thrive. When your mother will all passed recently, she left her body energy whooshed through your husband, and I shook the door and the wind chimes in the porch. It's powerful. Sharing her experience with you. That's beautiful, Natalie. Thank you for sharing that. You can't debate without engaging a straw man. Well, fuck off. Go debate on Catholic answers or something. We don't play children games here. I'm an entertainer. I'm not a mass debater. Yeah. Yeah. He isn't getting his way here, right? So he's throwing a little temper tantrum because we don't play games with children. You have nothing to offer anybody except debate. Isn't that sad, little Ricky? Little Ricky doesn't have any religion unless he's trying to convince you of it. There's nothing there. You're a hollow shell. You're a whitewashed tube, right? Let's see. We don't play children's games. Yeah. You don't have to be here. This is something you don't have to be at, right? I just won't talk to him anymore. He's just being a child. See the way the samurai prepares the unpleasant conditions. Meditations, yeah. Do you know any Castlevania lore? I know in Castlevania 2, if you get hit by your battle with Dracula, you won't get the ending you want. Castlevania 2 introduced multiple endings. You continue the curse of Belmont if you don't defeat Dracula without being hit, right? Castlevania 2 is a wonderful franchise that has really thrived, right? It has really thrived from its Nintendo days. A beautiful game, beautiful atmosphere, hard as hell. I remember Castlevania 1 spending many hours, and Castlevania 2, that's the only memories I have. I played several of them. A very, very difficult game. Yeah, look what a good Christian Ricky is. Look at him. Look at his Christianity. That's the kind of church you want to go to, right? You played most of the Castlevanias on 64. Steam has an interesting compilation of Castlevanias that have been remastered. Somebody gifted that to me a long time ago. Thank you for Tinfoil Hat is here. He's got it all wrapped up for you, keeping alien waves out of the inappropriate place. He's all ready for the popes. They ain't going to get nothing on him. Yeah, our good friend, the Tinfoil Hat Wear. Good to be with you. Let's see here. Don't forget to hit that like button, friends. Subscribe. We do this every day. I'm here. We got about 7 minutes left, and then I'll be back later to play some Space Marines 2 at 6 p.m. Look at this good Christian here. If you want to see what Christianity is today, there's a great example of in the chat. Right? This is exactly what Jesus wouldn't do. Be a dick, right? You think Jesus would act like this? I mean, really. It's terrible. They use their religion to promote themselves, right? It's very shameful. Your mother worked with terminal cancer until she physically couldn't stand. You admire strong women in the world, yeah. I've noticed, I'm a father. My wife is a mother. I've noticed that strength in her maternity. She loves in a way that I can't fathom, right? The way that mothers love you is very powerful. Um, Jesus hates you, Ricky. Ricky was a young boy. He had a heart of stone. Right there. Oh, yeah. Look at this person. Yeah. Oh, geez. Look, tinfoil hat. He's putting an extra layer of tinfoil on his cranium right now to protect himself from the child's play. Very self-righteous instead of actually, yeah, when you're righteous, people would want to talk to you. You don't have to convince people of it, right? Like, oh, this person stands for something. That's righteous, bro, right? You see the values that they stand for. They have a mission, they have purpose, right? Unfortunately, a lot of Christians don't get there. So what do they do instead? They act like little children here who have to get censored and moderated. Poor little Ricky. Oh, his balls will drop one day in his Christianity, right? Oh, let's see. Look at him. He can't stand it, right? He is a repeat ender. Normal adults, they will leave, right? He keeps coming back because he knows he can't have his way here. It drives nuts, right? So he keeps coming back here, whining and bitching away with his religion. Oh, poor Ricky. Oh, somebody get his diaper before it's too late. Oh, man. Pathetic to abuse people with Christ, yeah. What the irony, right? The irony there. He says pathetic to abuse people. And what is he doing? He's being a dick with his religion. Exactly what a servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but must be a teacher, because it is God who gives repentance. 2 Timothy 2:25, 26 says it right in the Bible. Don't be a dick with your religion. God is the one that converts people, not you. You are to be a teacher. You are to be an inspirer, an encourager, not an asshole, right? It's amazing how, like, if you we've had to show people that verse in the past, and then they'll go get a different verse. Oh, I can be a dick. It's right here for me to be a dick, right? They just want to keep being evil. That's what it is. This is an evil religion, right? It's shameful behavior, the way that they teach you their religion. Oh, my sweet dreams are made of these. Yeah. Oh, well, you almost banned him for, he made pedo comments. What a dick. What an asshole. See what happens? They start calling me names because I'm not conforming to the conversation. Yeah, that's an automatic ban. Yep. You are no longer welcome here. Now look at this person here. We used to call him Mike the Prick Piccolo, right? He's nice now. Remember, he'd come on and call me a warlock and stuff like that. Look at Mike here. He learned manners. What happened to you, Mike? Did you get the Holy Spirit or something? We used to call him Mike the Prick Piccolo. Now we got to get him a new name. You remember him? He's nice now. What happened? Did you get saved again, born again or something? He come on here, call me all kinds of names all the time. He's been here for like a year. He'd come on, you're a warlock, so on and so forth, right? You're devil. Now he's nice. You see, how are you doing, right? What a transformation. Maybe Ricky will get saved one day too. He'll get the Spirit, or you can be nice to people, right? Being nice to people, it helps your religion. Being a dick is not, right? That should be common sense, right? What happened to Cynthia? Oh, we miss you, Cynthia, our favorite deity. Remember her? Yeah. Oh, my. Spiritual entertainment, my friends. Yeah, look at Mike the Nice Piccolo here. He's been converted to charity. And we appreciate you, Mike. Yeah, that's a miracle. Brother Jambo's here. Brother Rambo. And Daniel, good to see you. All these wonderful people here. It's just funny. The people can change, right? We hope the best for people. Sometimes you go too far and we have to permanently ban you. You can't come back from that. From now on, we don't. I used to give second chances. I won't do that anymore because some of the people on here are too terrible. Their behavior, right? Cynthia is forsaking her children, right? She has forsaken us. Well, that's it, my friends. 3 hours spiritual entertainment. I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. Night, 6 p.m. Space Marines 2. We're going to be serving the Emperor. Have a great rest of your day, my friends.